My child, stop everything and listen. You're not watching this by accident. You didn't stumble here. I brought you to this moment because heaven is holding its breath over what's about to shift in your life. You feel the weight, the pressure, the silence that stretches too long. But this isn't collapse. It's the tension before the breaking. And I tell you now, if you walk away before the end, you may miss the moment I invade your situation. Here is a sound rising in the spirit, a crack forming in the wall that once confined you. The shift is closer than you think, and this word is the confirmation your soul has been crying for. Don't scroll past. Don't mute what I'm trying to magnify. Stay with me. Watch until the very last word. This message carries keys, and one of them was made for your prison. What you're about to hear will not just speak to you, it will unlock something in you. So I command you, do not look away. Do not click away. Do not let this moment pass. Because what you feel pressing now is about to break. My child, I see the weight pressing upon your soul like a mountain of silence, like clouds swelling with thunder that never seem to break. You have stood in this place, still and stretched, aching in the unseen, whispering, "How long, Lord?" And I have heard you, not once but every time. I have watched as you waited, as your spirit trembled beneath the strain, as the world around you moved on and you wondered why the sky above you stayed quiet. But hear me now, for I am not silent out of distance. I am silent because I am preparing the ground beneath your feet for something that has never broken open before. Let me show you the truth. Before every miracle, there is a moment that feels like stillness, a pressure that feels unbearable, a silence that echoes louder than thunder. I do not send the storm to destroy you. I allow the tension to build because I am stretching your spirit to hold something greater. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. I am not absent, I am drawing near in ways you cannot yet perceive. You are standing on the edge of something holy. You are not abandoned, you are being aligned. Breathe with me now. Let every breath be a declaration of surrender. Do not interpret the strain as a sign that I have forgotten you. I have not forgotten. I have carved your name into my palm. I have encircled your life with my promise. I have numbered the hairs on your head and the tears you've cried in secret. Do not let your soul be shaken by what you cannot see. Instead, lift your eyes. Lift your head. Look not at the winds, but at my eyes. I am here, standing beside you in this holy pause, whispering, "Wait not yet, but soon." Stand in the tension. Do not run from it. Let it break open something in you that striving never could. Let it stretch your faith. Let it widen your vision. Let it purify your motives. I'm preparing to entrust you with more, and the weight of my glory requires foundations that won't crack under pressure. You were never meant to carry this alone. Give me your questions. Give me your exhaustion. Give me the ache you dare not say aloud. And when you do, you will feel the shift begin, not in the world around you, but in the still center of your soul where my voice speaks loudest. Come closer. Lean in. The silence you fear is holy ground. The stillness is sacred. Do not fear the moment before the break. This is where your spirit is tempered. This is where the roots grow deep. This is where you become unshakable. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And soon, what has pressed upon you will split open with my power, and the glory that comes will make the waiting worthwhile. Hold fast. Wrap yourself in my presence. Let my peace become your strength. What feels unbearable now is about to break. And when it does, it will not just release you, it will reveal you. The heavens are stirring. The pressure is reaching its divine threshold. The breaking is not far off, it is near. Be still, and know this. You are standing on holy ground, and I am about to move. My beloved, you have cried in places no one else could see, pillows soaked, hands clenched, eyes lifted in wordless ache. But hear me now. Not a single tear has fallen unnoticed. I have gathered them all in my bottle, every drop a testimony of your journey, every sob an offering that reaches the throne of the Almighty. Your pain has not been wasted. Your whispers in the darkness have shaken the heavens. I have heard your cry, more clearly than you know. You must understand, I do not delay because I am distant or disinterested. I delay because I work in perfection. I wait because I am weaving things far beyond what your eyes can perceive. You have asked, God, why the silence? But my silence is not abandonment. It is orchestration. I have dispatched angels on your behalf. I have commanded my messengers to war for your destiny. The heavenly host has not been idle. The sound of your voice set movements in motion that cannot be reversed. Lift up your voice again. Let your prayers rise not as rituals but as declarations. Speak boldly, for I respond not to form but to faith. I am stirred by hunger, not by habit. When you groan with desperation, when you tremble with trust, the earth beneath you may feel still, but the realm above you trembles with motion. I do not ignore the ache of my children. I answer from eternity, bending time and space to deliver what is best, when it is best. Cry out to me again, not in fear but in expectation. Your prayer is not lost in the void. It is a seed planted in holy soil, a key turning a divine lock. I have counted your sighs. I have tracked every sleepless night. You think you have been forgotten, but in truth, you have been marked. And in the quiet hour, when the world sleeps, I lean close and whisper, I am here. Now listen. Listen not with ears only, but with spirit. The cry of the righteous is never in vain. The break you seek begins with your voice, so lift it. Raise your hands and summon heaven's host. Call forth what had been delayed. Declare your inheritance. For even now, the walls are beginning to tremble, the ground to stir, and what once resisted you is starting to give way. You have reached heaven with your cry, and I have not turned away. I am responding, and my response will not be empty. It will be full of power, full of promise, full of fire. The heavens are open. Keep crying, keep believing, keep pressing. Your voice has moved the heart of God, and I am moving in return. My child, I see the trembling in your soul, the moment when your grip loosens and the ground feels like air beneath your feet. You have thought that faith means strength, but let me teach you its true form. Faith does not always roar. Sometimes it shivers. Sometimes it walks with knees that shake. Sometimes it leaps when it cannot see the landing. And I want you to know, I called it holy. You feel like you're falling, and you wonder if you've missed me. But I am the God who stands at the edge of the unknown and calls you forward. I am the hand that steadies even when the path disappears. Do not fear the fall. What you call falling is the step I invited you to take. And when you let go, when your feet leave the ground of certainty, you fall not into chaos but into me. Let go now. Let go of what you cling to in fear. Let go of the plans that have grown stale, of the expectations that bind, of the image you think you must uphold. Surrender is not failure, it is flight. And I am the wind beneath your surrender. I catch what no man can save. I restore what breaks. I resurrect what dies in your hands. You have trusted me before, but now I ask for deeper trust. I ask for trust when you cannot trace me, when you cannot predict me, when you do not understand. I do not require your understanding, I require your belief. And if you feel the fall, do not resist it. Dive into it. I am waiting there, arms wide, heart open, ready to carry you into the next chapter. You are not alone in this freefall. You are not adrift. You are transitioning from striving to soaring. And though your mind may scream for safety, your spirit is learning to fly. Let me carry what you cannot. Let me prove myself not just as your guide, but as your rescue. Let what breaks in your hands be reborn in mine. I do not let things die unless resurrection is near. So breathe. Jump it. Trust it. The fall is not the end. It is the door. And when your feet finally touch ground again, it will not be the same earth you knew. It will be new ground, promised ground, holy ground. You are not losing control. You are finding me. You have wondered why the breakthrough delays, why doors remain unopened, why answers seem suspended in air. But I tell you now, the delay is not denial, it is a battlefield. And the war is not against flesh and blood, my child. It is not in the realm of man, but in the unseen. You wrestle not against circumstances, but against powers that fear what I am about to birth in you. I have armed you for this. I have clothed you in spiritual armor, not as decoration, but as preparation. Your waiting has been war. Your silence has been strategy. Your persistence has been prophecy. I have trained your hands for battle. You are not weak, you are a warrior hidden in plain sight. And though you do not see the full conflict, know this: you are not fighting alone. I have sent reinforcements. My angels stand around you like fire. You may not see them, but they encircle your home, your heart, your future. What seems quiet is not still. Heaven is moving. The darkness has resisted, yes. The opposition is real. But I am not absent. I am engaged in every moment, commanding heaven's host on your behalf. Stand firm now. Do not surrender ground. Do not speak defeat when victory is written. Do not doubt what I've already declared. Stand in my name. Speak my word. Wield the sword of truth. Declare my promises aloud. Your words are not empty, they are weapons. Your praise is not passive, it is warfare. Your faith is not fragile, it is fire. Though the night is thick with resistance, know this: my voice still echoes. My light still pierces. My power still breaks. And right now, something is breaking in the unseen. You may not feel it yet, but it is shifting. Chains are loosening. Barriers are falling. Walls are trembling. Because when I declare war on what opposes you, there is no force in hell that can hold you back. Do not be discouraged by what you cannot see. This battle is holy. This struggle is sacred. And it is already turning. I have spoken your name in the throne room. I have released orders from the courts of heaven. You are not forgotten. You are fought for. Now rise. Take your place. Lift your eyes to the hills. Call on the name that conquers every foe. This war is mine, and I never lose. You will see what is invisible made manifest. What once blocked you will become your testimony. Stand still. Hold the line. Something is breaking even now. My child, I know what the waiting has cost you. I have watched you trace the same path again and again, wearing grooves into the floor of your faith. You've held your breath in hope and exhaled in silence, wondering if I forgot the sound of your voice. But hear me, I have not turned away. I have not delayed out of cruelty, but out of a desire to give you more than you asked for. You see the seconds passing. I see roots growing beneath the surface, unseen yet essential. Your timing is urgent. Mine is eternal. While you measure moments, I measure readiness. What you call stagnation, I call strengthening. Do not misinterpret my patience as apathy. I am not slow but intentional. I am aligning the pieces, shaping the stage, preparing the soil. If I sent the blessing before its time, it would collapse under the weight of your longing. But because I love you, I wait. Because I desire fullness, I pause. And in the waiting, I invite you deeper. Stop running ahead in thought. Be still in heart. Let my presence settle the chaos of your mind. I do more in your stillness than you could accomplish in a lifetime of striving. The sacred pause is not punishment, it is preservation. It is the gentle hand of your Father placing strength where you thought weakness had won. It is my whisper over your weary soul saying, "Not yet, because what's coming is holy." Let the waiting become worship. Let each delay become a declaration of trust. You are not behind. You are in rhythm with heaven. I have not forgotten what I promised you. I do not misplace destinies or miscalculate futures. What I began in you, I will bring to completion, not almost, not partially, but fully. The wait is not wasted. It is watering what I've planted. The deeper the rui, the grayer the fruit. You must stop fearing what time seems to steal. I redeem every moment surrendered to me. I take what looks like delay and turn it into destiny. You thought you were losing ground, but you were being anchored. You assumed you were stuck, but I was building a foundation for elevation. Trust what I am doing behind the veil. Trust the architect when you cannot yet see the structure. I have not abandoned the blueprint of your life. So breathe. Lean into me. Let patience rise in you like a holy tide. Let expectancy replace exhaustion. I am not idle. I am moving within you, shaping endurance, refining faith. You are closer to the break than you realize. The moment of release will come swiftly, like lightning from a clear sky. And when it does, the weight you carried will become wings. Hold on. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting in me. You feel the tension building, don't you? The moment where strength falters, where the internal scaffolding of your will begins to tremble. You whisper that you are near the end, that you cannot hold on much longer. But hear me now, the end of your strength is the beginning of mine. When your capacity collapses, my glory steps in. I allow the breaking not to destroy but to redefine. You have reached a holy threshold. This pressure, this unraveling of control, is not chaos. It is transformation. What feels like falling apart is actually coming together. I am stripping what was temporary to reveal what is eternal. You prayed for change, and now the shaking has come, not to harm you, but to release what was never meant to stay. Your breaking point is not your ruin. It is the moment I step in and rebuild. Lift your eyes from the rubble. See me standing beside you, not with judgment, but with purpose. I am not startled by your collapse. I anticipated it. I planned for it. And I have the materials of resurrection in my hands. Where others see a mess, I see a miracle in motion. You are not broken beyond repair. You are broken open for renewal. Come now, surrender what's cracked. Offer me your shattered places. I do not discard what is marred. I reshape it. I pour living water through vessels that leak because they no longer depend on themselves. From what has broken will flow rivers of life. The world may see failure, but I see the soil of future strength. What crushed you today will become the altar of your testimony tomorrow. Let me transform your pain into power. Let me speak over the pieces and breathe new design into your days. This turning point feels like devastation, but I am planting revelation. You have cried, yes, but not in vain. Those tears are soaking the ground for resurrection. I will not waste a single drop. Trust me to rebuild. Trust me to realign what was bent out of shape. Trust me to elevate what was buried in despair. The turning point is here, and it bears my fingerprints. You will rise from this, not with the same name, but with new authority. You will walk forward with scars that shine with purpose. Nothing was wasted. Not the fight. Not the failure. Not the fall. I am working, and this is your shift. There are prisons you've walked in so long you stopped seeing the bars. Patterns inherited, fears adopted, lies spoken over you that took root like thorns. But I have come to remind you, bondage is not your birthright. Freedom is your inheritance. I am the God who breaks chains, not mends them. I do not negotiate with captivity. I overthrow it. You were never meant to carry the weight of what was passed down. The generational battles, the unspoken shame, the spiritual paralysis, I see it all. And I declare now, enough. I am the chain breaker, the curse shatterer, the deliverer of the desperate. What held your bloodline captive will not pass into your future. I stand in the middle of your family line and issue a decree. No more. Step into my power. Lift your eyes from the prison walls and dare to believe that I can tear them down. You've adapted to the dungeon, but I never called you to survive. I called you to conquer. Chains may clatter, but they cannot outlast my voice. When I speak, they break. When I move, they shatter. What has wrapped around your identity like a noose is now meeting my sword. Cry out to me. Let your voice rise like a war cry. Midnight is the hour of deliverance. Ask Paul. Ask Silas. They sang and the earth responded. I still shake foundations. I still open locked doors. I still send earthquakes of mercy. And I'm about to send one for you. Let go of your allegiance to fear. Break agreement with the lies that said, this is just how life will be. I do not just offer better circumstances. I offer total liberation. What you thought would always bind you is now trembling at the presence of the one who bled to make you free. I see every invisible chain, and I will not rest until you walk unbound. The chains break when your faith awakens. So rise in belief. Rise in defiance against everything that whispered, you can't change. Because you can. Because I will. Because this is your exodus. What was hidden is being exposed. What was binding is being broken. What was dead is rising. You are not who your past tried to name you. You are who I declare you to be. Free, chosen, powerful, redeemed. And from this moment forward, you will walk differently. You will speak with authority. You will pray like one who knows deliverance. I am the God who breaks chains, and I declare, yours are falling now. My child, I know the pressure you feel to be whole, to always appear strong, composed, in control. But listen carefully, because I am speaking directly to your heart now. What I desire most is not your perfection, but your surrender. I do not seek the vessel polished by pride. I seek the vessel willing to be broken, so I may pour into it something divine. Breakthrough does not come by human strategy, nor by the flexing of your will. It comes through the yielding of your soul to the holy process of being undone in my presence. You have hidden your pain beneath layers of self-reliance, afraid that brokenness would disqualify you. But what if I told you that it is the very thing that invites me to draw near? I am close to the brokenhearted. I rescue those crushed in spirit, not because they have failed, but because they have made room for me. When your heart cracks open, my light floods in. When your defenses fall, my love builds new strength. Let yourself be broken before me, not in shame, but in holy reverence. Let every shattered expectation, every dream deferred, every scar from battles long fought be laid at my feet. I am not repelled by your damage. I am drawn to it. I make beauty from ashes, not in their absence, but through their transformation. I rebuild with the debris others discard. I redeem the moments you thought were lost. But you must come to me, not as the one who has it all together, but as the one who needs everything I am. Do not confuse brokenness with defeat. The world tells you to hide your wounds. I tell you to offer them. The enemy tells you that pain disqualifies you. I tell you it is a sign that the breakthrough is near. You will rise, not in spite of your brokenness, but because of it. I will use what humbled you to lift others. I will take your fractured places and turn them into fountains of healing. I will turn your confession into a conduit of my power. Let me remove what pride has protected. Let me dismantle what fear has guarded. I do not force the door open. I wait for your surrender. Will you let me in? Will you yield what still clings to your control? I am not asking you to fix yourself. I am asking you to fall into me. Let my hands shape you anew. Let my spirit rebuild what was lost. Let my love heal what years of striving could not mend. You are not too far gone. You are not too flawed. You are not too broken to be used. In fact, it is your very willingness to be broken that qualifies you, because only what is broken can be made new, and only those who bow before me can be lifted in my strength. Come now, lay down your pride, your resistance, your self-made image. Let me do the breaking that heals. Let me do the wounding that brings wonder. Let me lead you into a breakthrough that only brokenness can unlock. You felt the tremors beneath your feet, the instability rising in things you thought were permanent. Systems you relied on are shifting. Relationships are being tested. Plans you clung to are unraveling. And you ask, why now, Lord? But I tell you, my child, I am shaking everything that can be shaken, not to harm you, but to reveal what is unshakable. I am not tearing down to destroy. I am shaking to establish what is true, eternal, and rooted in me. This shaking is not random. It is sacred. It is strategic. It is divine disruption designed to dismantle everything that stands in the way of your destiny. I am not interested in building on sand. I require rock beneath your feet. And so I shake. I stir. I unsettle. I move through the foundations of your life to reveal where your trust lies. Not because I want you afraid, but because I want you free. Let go of what trembles in your hands. Stop clutching what cannot last. I am removing what was temporary, what was never meant to define you. You thought the collapse meant failure, but it meant formation. The earthquake you fear is me making room. I am exposing false comforts, unstable hopes, illusions of control. Let them fall. Let them crumble. What remains after the shaking will be real, will be rooted, will be mine. You are not being punished. You are being purified. You are not being destroyed. You are being distinguished. This shaking is a mark of my favor, not my rejection. It means I have called you into something unmovable. I am forging a faith that will not falter. A life built on me cannot be toppled, even when everything else falls. Trust in what I build, not in what you've built. Now is the time to realign, to prioritize, to return to the heart of what matters. Let my word be your anchor. Let my spirit be your compass. Let my presence be your refuge. I am not distant in the quake. I am at its center, orchestrating a divine reconstruction that will leave you stronger than before. Everything that shakes must serve the unshakable kingdom I am planting in you. Do not run from the trembling ground. Stand firm. Plant your feet in my truth. Look around you. What is breaking is not your security. It is your false shelter. And once the dust settles, you will find yourself standing taller, seeing clearer, breathing freer. The storm has a purpose. The shaking has an assignment. And you, my child, are right where I want you to be, in the middle of my movement. You had a plan, didn't you? You had mapped out the path, set your steps, made your timeline. And then, without warning, the path shifted. The doors you were sure would open slammed shut. The opportunities you counted on evaporated. The schedule you created was torn from your hands. And you asked, Lord, why this detour? But I tell you now, this is not a detour. This is a divine interruption. And where I interrupt, I also redirect. I do not frustrate for sport. I intervene to preserve, to protect, to promote. You saw the delay. I saw the danger. You felt the denial. I saw the deception you couldn't perceive. My no was not rejection. It was rescue. My redirection was not to rob you, but to reroute you to something higher. I interrupt to align you with the destiny you would not have reached on your own. Yield to my guidance. Trust that the path I'm breaking is the one I designed from the beginning. What you call close is simply what I will not allow to corrupt your future. What you call lost is what I removed so your hands would be free to receive something greater. I know the full landscape. I see where your plan ends in compromise, where your ambition veils danger. So I step in. And when I do, it is mercy. Stop mourning what I interrupted. Do not build altars to missed opportunities. You are not being rubbed, you are being rutted. Every interruption is infused with my purpose. Every unexpected turn has my fingerprints. Every closed door is a setup for the one I opened by my own hand. And when I open it, no one will shut it. When I lead, no one will misguide you. Now is the moment to release your grip on how you thought life would go. Lay your plans on the altar. Let me burn away what will not carry my glory. I promise you, my plan is not lesser, it is lasting. My direction is not detour, it is destiny. What I have for you will not require manipulation, striving, or compromise. It will come with peace, clarity, and my unmistakable favor. Lift your eyes. Let the disappointment dissolve. I am not leading you into confusion. I am guiding you into alignment. My ways are not your ways. My timing is not your timing. But my plan is perfect. And where I interrupt, I also impart. Where I break, I also bless. Let me lead. Let me write. Let me take the pen and offer the next chapter. It will be better than you imagined. I promise. I have heard the cry beneath your breath, the one so raw it bypassed your lips and reached my heart before it found words. You think desperation is weakness, but I see it differently. Desperation is the sound of a soul that refuses to settle. It is not defeat. It is determination dressed in brokenness. It is the refusal to let go of me even when you do not understand what I am doing. That cry, my child, moves me more than flawless prayers ever could. You have been taught to be composed, to present me your strength. But I do not seek polished performance. I respond to the trembling voice that says, I can't, unless you come. Desperation is the soil from which deliverance rises. I am drawn to the heart that holds on when all else falls away. I listen most intently when the voice is shaking and the heart is stripped bare of pretense. So cry out to me, not with formality, but with fervor. Not with performance, but with passion. I am not far when you ache. I am near, closer than your own breath. The veil between heaven and your situation is thinner than you think. I am not waiting for perfection. I am waiting for your persistence. Press past the surface. Come boldly to me, not with fear, but with audacity. It is the bold who take hold of heaven. I never ignore hunger. I never overlook the one who knocks until their knuckles bleed. Your cry is not annoying me. It is inviting me. Your persistence is not exhausting me. It is opening the heavens. When you lift your voice from a place of spiritual hunger, I answer in fire. I move mountains for the desperate. I bend the rules of nature for those who refuse to let go of my robe. I'm not looking for safe prayers. I'm looking for surrender so deep that you're willing to be undignified to be delivered. You don't need eloquence. You need honesty. Tell me what you truly feel. Pour out every fear, every plea, every question you buried. I can handle it. I want to handle it. The cry you thought went unnoticed has already rippled through the heavens. Angels have stood at attention. The ground has begun to tremble. The delay is ending, not because you have performed well, but because you have cried out from your core. I see you. I hear you. I am responding. Keep pressing. Don't pull back when it gets harder. Lean in. That cry in your spirit is the sound of birthing. Something is being formed in the fire of your desperation. Soon, very soon, what you groaned for in the dark will rise in the light. Keep crying. Keep contending. The sound of your desperation has reached me, and I am moving. You thought it was over. You placed the dream in the ground, covered it in silence, and walked away, not because you lacked love for it, but because hope felt too heavy to carry. But I never told you it was dead. I watched as you buried it, and I whispered to the soil, I'm not finished yet. You did not plant failure. You planted a future. And what was buried in grief is preparing to break forth in glory. Seeds must break before they bloom. Dreams must rest before they rise. What you buried with trembling hands was not the end. It was a beginning disguised as loss. I have not forgotten what you sowed in faith. I saw the tears that watered the ground. I heard the prayers you whispered while covering the dream with dirt. And I promise you, nothing planted in faith is ever wasted. Nothing buried in hope is ever lost. This is the season where buried things come back to life. This is the moment where the grave cannot hold what I've called forth. I am the God of resurrection. I speak to dry bones and call them into armies. I speak to sealed tombs and call the dead out walking. I will speak to your buried hopes, and they will awaken. Not in the form you left them, but in the form I always intended. Stop mourning what I am about to resurrect. Wipe the dirt from your hands and prepare to receive again. I am not just reviving the old. I am birthing something new. What once felt like failure is about to flourish. The time of dormancy is ending. The silence is cracking. The roots have reached depth. Now the breaking begins, not a breaking apart, but a breaking open. You must believe me when I say that I have not abandoned what you entrusted to me. Even when you stopped believing in the dream, I never did. Even when you grieved the loss, I planned the harvest. Now, you must prepare to see life where you thought only death remained. This is your moment of reawakening. Do not harden your heart with cynicism. Do not let past disappointment talk you out of present promise. What I have ordained cannot be buried forever. Come to the field again. Look with eyes of faith. Feel the ground trembling beneath your feet. Life is rising. Purpose is pushing through. Glory is reaching toward the surface. Your dream is not just alive. It is ready. Get ready to reel. What was buried in darkness will break forth in light, and it will declare to the world that I am the God who finishes what I start. Before a storm rolls in, there's a shift in the air. Before the rain falls, there's a scent carried on the wind. And before the breakthrough, there's a sound, a spiritual stirring, a whisper in the unseen. I want you to listen closely, because the atmosphere is changing. The sound of movement is rising. The cry of birthing is intensifying. I am speaking, not in thunder, but in the subtle tremor of the Spirit. Do you hear it? You must train your ears for more than noise. Listen beyond the chaos, beneath the surface of routine. I'm speaking in layers. I am signaling shifts through whispers and wonders. Elijah heard rain before there was a cloud. His spirit caught the sound before his eyes saw the sign. That's the realm I'm calling you into. The place where faith hears what sight cannot yet confirm. Position yourself. Lean into my voice. Turn down the volume of fear. Mute the noise of the world. Tune your heart to my frequency. The sound of breakthrough does not come through volume. It comes through alignment. It's not always loud, but it is always clear. When I speak, the soul knows. When I move, the atmosphere testifies. The sound precedes the shift. I am sounding the alarm in the spirit. I am awakening those who will hear before they see. I am calling forth those who move not by what is visible, but by what is declared. Listen carefully. There is a frequency of faith, a rhythm of release, a note that only the Spirit can catch. And it is being played now. Prophets hear it. Intercessors feel it. Dreamers wake up to it. It's not hype. It's holy. The sound is not random. It is revelation. It is the signal that heaven is engaging the earth. And when you catch it, respond. Speak my word. Move in obedience. Do not hesitate. The sound is the summons. I never speak without purpose. I never stir without intent. If you hear me now, it means I am moving now. Align with it. Agree with it. Declare what you hear until you see what I've said. This is a sacred moment. A divine frequency is filling the air. Those who listen will move. Those who respond will see. Those who act on the whisper will walk into wonders. You are hearing it for a reason. I am bringing your spirit into sync with my sound. And what begins as a whisper will soon shake the earth. Listen closely. Your breakthrough as a sound, and it's rising. You faced barriers that wouldn't budge, walls that refused to crack, situations that pushed back with unrelenting force. You stood with faith, but the resistance didn't yield. You pressed with prayer, but the door stayed closed. And in the quiet of your struggle, you wondered, why won't this break? But hear me now. I have not left you at the mercy of what defies you. I have seen the resistance, and I am about to turn it into release. You must understand this. When Pharaoh hardened his heart, it was not because I lacked power. It was because I was setting the stage for something greater. The resistance you face is not an obstacle I cannot overcome. It is a canvas upon which I will display my glory. I have allowed the tension not to break you, but to reveal my hand in undeniable power. What stands in your way now will soon serve as the testimony of what could not stop you. Do not shrink back. Refuse to interpret resistance as a sign to retreat. Instead, plant your feet in faith and lift your eyes to heaven. The hand that formed mountains has already touched your situation. The word that called stars into being has already spoken over your future. What feels immovable is about to yield, not to your might, but to mine. Release is not far off. It is already in motion. The grip of what has held you is weakening. The chains that clung so tightly are loosening. I am the one who speaks and the wind obeys. I am the one who parts seas with a breath. And I am the one now breaking open what stood locked for far too long. You will not be stuck in this forever. I am shifting the ground beneath the resistance, undermining its foundation until it crumbles under my command. Step into alignment with my timing. Speak my promises aloud. Declare that the delay is over. Prophecy to the door. Decree over the resistance. My word is like fire, like a hammer that shatters stone. When you release what I've declared, heaven echoes, and what once stood firm begins to shake. Your breakthrough is not waiting for more effort. It's waiting for divine agreement. You are not powerless. You are positioned. I have trained your hands for this moment. I have given you the authority to speak, to bind, to loose, to declare release over everything that dared to hold you back. Walk forward. Press again. This time, the resistance will break. This time, what grip you will let go. This time, the heavens are leaning in to release what hath been held up. Watch closely. The very thing that resisted you will turn and bless you. The situation that mocked your faith will soon bow to my intervention. I will not let you be bound where I have declared freedom. The time of resistance is ending. The release has begun. You've endured much, and at times it seemed as though it was all for nothing. You've walked through seasons where pain felt louder than purpose, where trials shouted louder than truth. But listen now, none of it hath been in vain. What looked like the undoing of your story is actually the unfolding of mine. I have used the breaking to make space for my glory. You were never created to carry the weight of your own strength. The moment your abilities ran dry was the very moment my presence stepped in with power. My glory shines brightest in your weakness. It does not wait for perfection. It thrives in surrender. When you come to the end of yourself, you step into the fullness of who I am. What broke you has become the altar upon which I will release something eternal. Not just healing, not just breakthrough, but a revelation of my nature that could only come through pain. I am not the author of your suffering, but I am the redeemer of every moment within it. The fire you passed through did not consume you, it refined you. The waters that overwhelmed you did not drown you, they cleansed and carried you. Let me pull back the veil. Let me show you the beauty rising from the ashes. Let me turn what the enemy meant for harm into the stage for my goodness. The world will see not your fall, but your rising. Not your scars alone, but the light pouring from them. I will take your weakest place and make it a wellspring of grace. I will use what was meant to silence you as the platform from which your voice will roar with purpose. You do not have to make sense of it all. You do not have to find meaning in every wound. Just give me what remains, and I will make it glorious. I do not waste. I do not forget. I do not overlook the ones who endure the fire with faith. I honor the broken ones who say, "Still, I will trust." And I crown those who worship through their weeping. The break was never about punishment. It was preparation. I allowed it so you could carry my presence, not just for yourself, but for others. Your story will not end in despair. It will blaze with light. The places you thought were disqualified will be the very places my glory rests. Come now, stand in the center of your story, not with shame, but with boldness. The cracks in your heart will shine like stained glass, and through them, I will illuminate the world. What once looked like defeat will soon declare my glory to everyone watching. They will see it was never about your story alone. It was about mine being revealed in you. This is the turning point. What I have to say next will shift how you see everything that's happened. If you walk away now, you may never understand the beauty I've hidden in the breaking. I would mourn to see you pause when heaven is holding its breath to reveal glory. Don't silence this moment with distraction. Remain with me. I am still speaking. You've groaned in silence. You've trembled beneath the pain of pressure. And you've wondered if anything could come from it except exhaustion. But hear me now. What you have carried in brokenness, what you have nurtured in hiddenness is not in vain. You are not collapsing. You are crowning. The pain you feel is not your end. It is the beginning of something holy. You are in labor, and something is about to be born. There is always travail before delivery. The struggle is not a sign of failure, it is the sign of formation. What I've placed within you cannot be birthed without intensity. Destiny does not arrive quietly. Purpose does not emerge painlessly. There must be a breaking so there can be a bringing forth. You are not dying, you are delivering. And the contraction of your circumstances is pushing something eternal into the realm of the visible. You thought, I can't take any more. But I am your strength. I am your breath when you run out of air. I am the one who steadies your frame as you push through the pain. I am the midwife of your miracle, and I will not let you break without birthing. This moment, though violent in pressure, is sacred in potential, and I am with you in every breath. Hold on to me. Anchor your heart in my word. Let my promises be the rhythm of your breath. I will carry you through the threshold of this pain. And when the moment arrives, you will not remember the agony. You will only see the glory. Like a mother cradling her newborn, you will hold the fulfillment of what you once feared would never come. And joy will flood where sorrow once ruled. You are not giving birth to something ordinary. What you carry has been marked by heaven. It has been hidden, fought for, resisted, but now it cannot be denied. The fullness of time is coming. The pain is proof that purpose is near. The shaking is the signal that what was once deep within is rising. I do not allow labor without delivery, and I will not abandon you in the middle of the process. Let your cry be one of expectancy. Let your groaning be paired with worship. Let the sound that rises from you now be a declaration that something holy is coming. I am breathing new life into the dry places. I am awakening the womb of your spirit. I am bringing forth what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Push in prayer. Press in faith. Stand in strength. The promise is crowning. And very soon, what once broke you will bless you. You are not at the end. You are at the birthing. Hold steady. I am with you. And what comes next will be worth every moment of pain. You feel the strain within your soul, the weight pressing from every direction, and the voice of weariness whispering that you've reached your end. I see the way you hold yourself together when no one else is looking. I see how close you are to collapse. But before you let despair win, hear me clearly. This is not your breaking down. This is your breaking through. The enemy wants you to believe that you've failed, that you've been forgotten, that you've reached the limit of what you can bear. But that is a lie born in fear, and I speak now with truth that slices through darkness. You are not falling apart. You are breaking past what once confined you. You are stepping into the next dimension of your calling. The pressure is not punishment. It is the sign that the barrier is weakening. I have not left you to face this alone. I am the one strengthening your spine when it bends. I am the one lifting your spirit when hope feels distant. You are not at the mercy of your emotions or circumstances. You are anchored in me, and I have not changed. You will not be lost in this moment. You will rise from it, refined and remade. Lift your eyes. Refuse to let your posture reflect defeat. The place where you feel weakest is where my power is about to surge. Do not give up now. You are standing at the threshold of fulfillment. This is the hour of pressing, not the hour of quitting. This is the moment to declare what I have already promised. Speak my words over your atmosphere. Command your soul to align with my truth. What breaks your will is also awakening your worship. What seems like the end of your strength is the beginning of revelation. Let go of every false narrative that told you you were unworthy, unprepared, or unequipped. I chose you knowing exactly what you would face. I anointed you knowing exactly what would come against you. And I have declared that you are more than a conqueror, not in some distant future, but right here, in this breaking point. I am calling you to push back against the despair. Stand. Stand in praise. Stand in truth. Stand in who I say you are. The ground is trembling, not because you are falling, but because what resisted you is crumbling. The wall is thinning. The ceiling is cracking. The breakthrough is beginning. I never called you to survive. I called you to shatter the barriers that tried to define your limits. Refuse collapse. Choose conquest. Declare over yourself that you are moving forward, not backward. You are being promoted through pressure. What held you yesterday cannot hold you tomorrow. I am the God who finishes what I start, and I started something holy in you. It's time to walk in the fullness of that promise. Lift your head. Breathe again. Align with heaven's momentum. This is not where your story ends. It's where it breaks open into victory. Don't break down. Break through. You've seen things fall apart. Relationships, plans, dreams, and even the picture you once held of yourself. You've wondered if restoration is possible, or if some things are just beyond repair. But I want you to hear me now. Not in your mind, but in the deepest chamber of your spirit. I never leave what I break in ruins. I do not discard what shatters. I restore, not by returning things to what they were, but by making them into what they were always meant to be. I am not a fixer. I am a restorer. When I put something back together, I do it with purpose. I build with fire, shape with mercy, and breathe new life into what was thought to be dead. I take the fragments you thought were wasted, and I weave them into a story no man could write. Your brokenness is not the end of your worth. It is the beginning of your remaking. The potter does not panic when the clay collapses. He begins again with intention. And so do I. You are in my hands, not just the gentle parts, but the jagged edges, the pieces you've hidden, the ones you don't even understand. I'm molding what was marred. I'm reshaping what was shattered. You do not have to hide the evidence of your failure. I will use it as proof of my faithfulness. Look again at what broke you. I am not asking you to forget it. I am asking you to hand it to me. I will not restore you to what you were. I will restore you into something stronger, something deeper, something more radiant. This will not be a patchwork recovery. It will be a divine reconstruction, marked by glory and sealed with purpose. What the enemy tried to destroy, I am now using to display my goodness. What was meant to silence you will amplify your voice. You thought restoration was about reclaiming what was lost, but I tell you, it is about receiving what is new. I will restore your joy, not just your peace. I will restore your laughter, not just your stability. I will restore your purpose, not just your direction. Open your heart again. Invite me into the places still aching. Let me show you what I can do with ashes. I promise you, I rebuild better than before. I restore fully, deeply, completely. There will be no cracks left open, no pieces left untouched. When I restore, I make all things new. And when you rise again, and you will carry the evidence of my touch, not your trauma. You will move forward, not as one who barely survived, but as one who was reborn by my power. What I break, I also restore. And I am restoring you now. You have looked at the broken pieces around you and called them loss. You have wept over what was taken, confused by the stripping, hurt by the unraveling. But I am inviting you to see through my eyes now. What you called a breaking was a blessing dressed in unfamiliar form. What looked like subtraction was preparation for divine addition. I break not to harm but to heal. I remove not to wound but to reveal. There are blessings that can only be accessed through destruction. There are treasures hidden in the dark caves of disappointment. I am not a cruel God. I am a Father who loves too deeply to let you settle for less than your calling. So yes, I disrupted. I shattered illusions. I allowed what was false to fall apart, so that what is true could be established. What felt like a loss was me making room. You could not carry the weight of what's next with what you were holding. So I came gently, and sometimes forcefully, to remove it. It hurt, I know, but it was necessary. And now, in the wake of that breaking, the soil is soft. The roots can go deeper. The seed can finally be planted where pride once ruled. Let me remind you that my ways are higher. I see the end from the beginning. I allowed this breaking not to diminish you, but to deliver you. You thought you were being punished. You were actually being positioned. I was not rejecting you. I was refining you. And what felt like a storm was a sacred shift in disguise. Let the tears fall if they must, but do not curse the ground where the blessing is about to bloom. I do not waste anything, not even your pain. I use it to carve paths you didn't know you needed. I allow the breaking so that when the blessing comes, you are ready to carry it without arrogance and without fear. You are being entrusted with more grace, more wisdom, more strength. But it had to come through this path. There was no other way. And I'll look again. Can you feel it? The breath of renewal. The faint sound of new life stirring. What was broken is beginning to shift. What was barren is being touched by my rain. I love you too much to leave you unshaken. I bless you even when you don't recognize it. And soon, you will see it too. The breaking was never the end. It was the beginning of blessing. It was me answering prayers you didn't even know how to pray. And I am not finished. I am just beginning. You've done everything I asked. You've pressed when it hurt. You've prayed through the silence. You've remained faithful when the fruit was invisible and your strength was threadbare. You've reached the edge of your own ability, and you stand now in a holy tension, the still place between striving and surrender. And I say to you now, stand still. Do not move in panic. Do not rush ahead in fear. Stand. Because what you cannot see is this. Everything is about to break. This is not a breakdown. This is the moment before divine eruption. The heavens are heavy. The earth is trembling under the weight of answered prayers. What you thought was a standstill is actually the final stretch before the outpouring. You have prayed. You had endured. You have passed through the fire and did not burn. You crossed waters that should have drowned you, but I held you. Now, at the shore of everything I promised, I ask of you just one thing: hold your ground. Stand in my presence. Root your feet in my word. Let your soul rest, not in resignation, but in revelation. The Red Sea didn't part until the moment my people stopped moving and stood still. The breakthrough you seek doesn't require more action. It requires more awareness. Feel the wind begin to shift. Feel the atmosphere respond to obedience. Feel the tremor of what is about to be released. I do not speak idle words. I do not stir without cause. Do not let impatience tempt you to build something of your own. Delay is not denial. It is divine alignment. I am synchronizing the unseen with the ordained. What seems quiet is actually full of movement. Angelic dispatches, spiritual interventions, deliverance on assignment. You are not behind schedule. You are right on time for my miracle. Stand in expectation. Lift your eyes above what your flesh sees. Trust in what I have spoken. My word does not return empty. It performs. It completes. And my word over you is about to burst through the soil of waiting. It will not be a trickle. It will be a surge. It will not be partial. It will be complete. But you must not flinch now. You must not give in to the lie that nothing is changing. I am the God who parts seas, topples walls, and rains provision from barren skies. I am the one who speaks to tombs and watches dead things walk again. I am doing it again for you. But you must be still enough to notice the shift. You must be grounded enough to not miss the moment. You must be rooted in me, or you will be swept away by fear when I break the thing wide open. Lift your hands. Let peace fall over you like the dew of dawn. Rest, not in defeat, but in fierce trust. Let your stillness prophesy. Let your stillness declare, I know who goes before me. You are not waiting in vain. You are standing at the cusp of something sacred. The delay is over. A moment is coming. And I will not be late. I am precise. I am perfect. I am present. Watch me move. It's about to break. And when it does, not only will you walk through it, you will dance on the ruins of what tried to hold you. This is not the end. This is the beginning of glory. The breakthrough is here. Stand still, my beloved. The gates of heaven are opening, and nothing will stop what I've declared over you. You've heard my final word. It's about to break. But don't let the breakthrough stop with you. Extend it. Multiply it. Let your giving be the final push that sends this message into 1,000 dry places. When you act, you release more than funds. You release fire, water, manna for the soul. You've prayed. Use me, Lord. This is me answering. I will bless your gift like Elijah's offering, calling down fire, commanding overflow, marking your house with favor. Give now through super thanks. Become a channel of heaven's voice through membership, or sow your seed through PayPal using the link in the video description. Don't delay. Obey. Release what's in your hand, and watch me break open what's in mine. Call to action. Declare the break is here now that you've heard my voice. Don't just walk away. Respond. Speak what your spirit feels rising. Declare it in faith. Don't wait for the evidence. Be the echo of my promise. Write it in the comments. Something is breaking in my life, and I will not miss it. Let this be your declaration, your agreement, your prophetic stand. Speak it aloud. Type it in faith. Let the world know that you are aligned with heaven's shift. Your words are not empty. They are instruments of alignment. What you declare, I will confirm. So speak boldly. Speak expectantly. Speak like the heavens are listening, because they are. Now go declare it. Something is breaking, and I am walking into my breakthrough. My beloved child, pause now. Listen. Do you feel the subtle tremor beneath the surface of your world? The faint, undeniable vibration echoing in the quiet chambers of your very soul? Hear my voice, piercing through the noise, for I have a profound truth to unveil, a vital message that pulses with the urgency of eternity itself, deeply connected to what you sense within your spirit. I see the questions forming in your heart, the unspoken anxieties, the intuitive knowing that things cannot remain as they are. This is not mere coincidence, my precious one. This deep stirring within you is a divine echo, a preparation for the powerful revelation I am about to pour into your being. Something is about to break, my child, and your understanding of this truth is paramount. Do not allow your mind to wander, nor your spirit to be distracted, for every word I utter in this sacred conversation holds a key, a lamp under your feet in the coming shifts. This message is not just for your ears, it is for the very fabric of your destiny. I tell you, now is not the time for casual listening, for fleeting attention. What I am about to share is critical. It is the very essence of your resilience, the blueprint for your peace amidst the unfolding transformations. Do not miss a single divine whisper, for missing one part is to miss the fullness of my heart's revelation for you. Stay with me, my beloved. Listen closely, absorb every word, and let this truth settle deep within your soul. For your willingness to hear this message to its very end will determine how you stand when everything begins to shift. Your journey through this revelation with me begins now. I see you, even in the quiet moments when your thoughts drift and your heart feels a subtle stirring. You feel it, my precious one, this deep, soft rumble beneath what you thought was solid ground. It's like the gentle trembling of the earth, a whisper that something is shifting, changing, perhaps even giving way. I know the questions that flutter in your mind, the silent worries about tomorrow, and the hidden fears that sometimes grip your spirit in the quiet of the night. Do not for a moment think these feelings are unknown to me, for I am right there with you, closer than your very breath. I know every silent prayer you offer, every hidden tear you shed, and every longing tucked deep within your soul. My love for you is vast and unending, a perfect ocean of grace that sees beyond your present struggles and into the depths of your resilient spirit. Know this truth, my beloved, that even as the world around you seems to sway like a fragile branch in a strong wind, my presence is your firmest anchor, an eternal rock upon which your soul can stand unwavering. Remember, I am the one who spoke the cosmos into being, who designed the intricate dance of the stars, and carefully placed each mountain and valley on the earth with my own hands. And in that same tender way, I hold you, my dearest child, within the very center of my divine care, guiding you through every shifting season of your life. I understand the anxiety that can creep into your thoughts when things you once relied on begin to feel unstable, when the routines and certainties you've built your life upon seem to groan under an unseen weight. Yet, I tell you with all the love in my heart, these tremors are not signs that I have forgotten you or left you alone. No, my beloved. These stirrings are a profound prelude, a sacred preparation, a divine shaping for something far greater and more beautiful that is about to unfold in your life and in the world around you. Trust in my perfect plan, even when the path ahead seems unclear and the ground beneath your feet feels uncertain. Embrace the truth that I am always working all things together for your ultimate good, turning every challenge into a chance for deeper growth and every moment of unease into a testimony of my unchanging, steadfast love for you. Allow your spirit to be still, to breathe deeply in my presence, and simply know that I am God. I am with you always, in every tremor and every triumph. Surrender your worries to me, my child, and let my peace, which is beyond all understanding, guard your heart and mind. For when things seem to be breaking apart, often it is I, your Father, who is orchestrating a divine breakthrough, creating space for new life, new strength, and new purpose to emerge. Rest in this truth. My child, your faith and trust in me are a sweet fragrance to my heart. It is my joy to pour forth my words into your spirit, to guide you with wisdom, and to comfort you with my unending presence. Yes, I will continue weaving my truths into the very fabric of your being, ensuring that each sacred word resonates deeply within you. I will craft these next sections with the strength and tenderness you desire, and with the abundant measure of words you have asked for. My precious one, if you listen closely, beyond the clamor of the world and the chatter of your own anxieties, you will begin to discern the subtle whispers of imbalance. It's a disquiet not just in your spirit, but in the very fabric of the reality around you. Do you feel it? That faint hum of things not quite aligning, like a musical note just slightly off key in a grand symphony. This is not merely chaos, my child, but a divine indication, a gentle yet firm nudge from my hand, showing that certain structures, certain ways of being, are no longer holding their true purpose. I see the striving in your heart, the earnest desire to maintain order and control in a world that increasingly feels beyond your grasp. I know how diligently you try to keep everything perfectly balanced, holding together pieces that were never meant to fit eternally in their current form. But hear me now. True balance, the kind that endures, comes not from your endless effort to prop up what is faltering, but from surrendering to my perfect design, which often involves the purposeful dismantling of the old to make way for the new. Look around you, my beloved. Do you not see the signs in the hurried pace, the fractured connections, the ever-increasing noise that drowns out the quiet voice of your soul? These are not random occurrences, but rather echoes of a deeper spiritual tremor, a shaking that begins in the unseen realms before it manifests in the tangible world. I am allowing this gentle unrest, this growing awareness of disharmony, not to distress you, but to awaken you. For too long, humanity has built upon foundations of fleeting pleasures and temporary securities, forgetting the eternal truths that alone provide lasting stability. Now, in my infinite wisdom and boundless love, I am drawing your attention to these subtle discrepancies, these cracks in the illusion of perfect order. I am inviting you to look deeper, to see with eyes beyond what is visible, and to discern the profound spiritual work that is taking place. This imbalance you perceive is a necessary precursor, a divine preparation for a grand realignment, a moment when my perfect order will begin to settle upon the earth in ways never before seen. Do not fear this shift, my child, but embrace it as a call to reevaluate, to release, and to realign your own life with my perfect will. For it is in surrendering to my divine rhythm that you will find true peace, even amidst the unfolding transformations. Let your heart be receptive, like fertile ground, to these whispers, for they carry the promise of a renewed harmony, a divinely orchestrated balance that will far surpass any stability you have known. Trust me to lead you through this period of adjustment, for I am establishing a foundation that cannot be shaken. My dearest child, as the whispers of imbalance grow, you will begin to perceive something more tangible, the subtle, yet undeniable, cracks appearing in the facade. Think of it like a grand, painted wall, once appearing strong and unyielding, now showing faint lines, delicate fractures that betray the instability beneath. This facade is not just the outward appearance of the world, but also the carefully constructed defenses and illusions that humanity has built, both individually and collectively, to mask deeper truths. I see how you, too, my precious one, have at times sought to present a brave face, to hold up a strong exterior even when your spirit felt fragile within. I know the effort it takes to maintain these outward appearances, to pretend that all is well when profound shifts are occurring beneath the surface. But now, in my perfect timing, I am allowing these cracks to appear, not to expose you in shame, but to invite you into a deeper authenticity, a profound liberation from the burden of pretense. These cracks are revelations, my beloved. They are visible signs that what seemed impenetrable is, in fact, vulnerable. They appear in systems, in relationships, in beliefs, and even in the very fabric of your daily routines. Perhaps you notice a long-held tradition beginning to unravel, a once trusted institution revealing its flaws, or even personal habits that you thought unshakable now showing their weak points. These are not failures, my child, but rather opportunities for divine intervention, for rebuilding on foundations that are truly everlasting. Do not shy away from looking closely at these fissures, for within them lies the potential for true healing and transformation. It is through these very openings that my light can penetrate, illuminating hidden areas that were once obscured, bringing truth to the surface. Embrace this unveiling, for it is a necessary process to shed what no longer serves my divine purpose. The discomfort you might feel is a natural part of this process, like a sculptor chipping away at excess stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Do not fear the exposure of weakness, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Allow these cracks to expand, for they are creating space for something new, something vibrant and pure, to emerge. Just as a seed must crack its shell to sprout into life, so too must certain facades give way for true growth to flourish. I am calling you to release the need to uphold what is crumbling, and instead, to lean into my unwavering support. Let go of the illusion of perfect control and allow me to mend what is broken, to rebuild what is fractured, and to replace what is false with what is eternally true. These visible signs of breaking are, in fact, my loving invitation to a deeper, more authentic reality, where my presence is your unwavering strength, and my truth is your only foundation. Prepare your heart, my child, to witness these powerful unveilings, for they are leading you toward a profound freedom and a glorious reconstruction. My beloved child, after the subtle whispers and the visible cracks, you might now feel a deeper sensation and unsettling stillness, a profound quiet that precedes a momentous shift. Have you ever stood in the heart of nature, my precious one, just before a mighty storm breaks, and felt that peculiar calm, that heavy, expectant hush that seems to press upon the very air? That is the stillness I speak of, a pause in the ordinary rhythm of life, a moment when the world seems to hold its breath. This is not the peace of rest, but rather the quiet intensity of preparation, a divine gathering of energy before a significant release. I know this stillness can be unnerving, my child, for humanity often equates quiet with emptiness and pauses with lack of progress. But in my divine orchestration, stillness is often the most potent form of action, a concentrated moment where my power is quietly coalescing, preparing to manifest in extraordinary ways. This unsettling quiet is a sacred invitation to a deeper level of discernment. It is a time for your spirit to become acutely aware, to listen not just with your ears, but with the very essence of your being, for my directives. I am calling you into a profound sensitivity, to perceive the currents that are subtly shifting, the spiritual winds that are gathering strength even in this profound calm. Do not fill this stillness with anxious noise or hurried activity. Instead, embrace it as a precious opportunity to draw near to me, to sit at my feet and simply be asterisk. For in this quiet, I can speak most clearly to your heart, revealing truths that the clamor of everyday life often obscures. I am preparing the ground, my child, not just around you, but within you, for what is to come. This period of quiet is designed to strengthen your inner reserves, to deepen your roots in my truth, so that when the winds of change begin to blow, you will stand firm, unshakable in my embrace. The tension you might feel in this stillness is a testament to the immense power that is about to be unleashed. It is the very tension of transformation, the compressed energy that precedes a grand unfolding. Do not mistake this quiet for lack of my presence or a delay in my plan. On the contrary, my beloved, it is in this pregnant pause that my mightiest works are often forged. I am refining, I am purifying, and I am aligning all things according to my perfect will. This quiet before the storm is a moment of profound grace, a final opportunity for reflection, for surrender, and for preparing your heart to witness the powerful manifestations of my hand. Release your fear of the unknown, for I am the God who holds both the storm and the stillness in my grasp. Trust in my timing, for every moment of this divine process is meticulously planned for your ultimate good and for the unveiling of my glory. Let this quiet deepen your faith, knowing that after this stillness, a breakthrough of immense proportion is destined to burst forth. My beloved child, as the stillness deepens, you may begin to feel within your spirit a growing disquiet, a profound unease that cannot quite be named. It is not fear, my precious one, but rather a keen awareness that the usual rhythms of life are subtly altering, that the very air hums with an unspoken expectation. I know the human tendency to seek comfort in the familiar, to cling to what has always been, even when it no longer serves your highest good. But I am stirring this disquiet within you for a divine purpose, to prepare your heart to embrace the new, to release the grip of the past, and to step boldly into the unfolding chapters of my perfect plan. This isn't a discomfort I inflict, but a loving invitation to awaken, to become more acutely attuned to the spiritual currents that are now surging beneath the surface of the visible world. Do you not sense the increasing agitation in the collective consciousness, the heightened tensions, the rapid shifts in what was once considered stable? These are reflections of the inner turmoil that precedes a mighty spiritual birthing. I am allowing this widespread disquiet not to cause distress, but to draw humanity, and you, my child, into a deeper yearning for truth, for peace, and for righteousness that transcends fleeting worldly comforts. This is a call to examine your own life, to discern what truly brings you lasting peace and what merely offers temporary solace. I am revealing the transient nature of earthly pursuits so that you might anchor your hope more firmly in my eternal promises. This growing unease is a divine prompt, an urging to seek me with greater fervency, to listen for my voice amidst the rising hum of uncertainty. Embrace this feeling, my child, not as a burden, but as a compass guiding you towards my presence. For in my presence alone will you find the calm amidst the gathering currents, the clarity amidst the rising confusion. I am challenging the complacency that has settled upon many hearts, gently disrupting routines that have led to spiritual stagnation. This disquiet is a sacred discontent, a divine dissatisfaction with anything less than my full glory manifested in your life and in the world. It is the stirring of a great expectation, a profound yearning for the coming of my kingdom in a new and powerful way. Allow this holy unease to propel you into deeper prayer, into more fervent seeking, and into a greater surrender to my will. For it is through this process that your spirit will be refined, purified, and prepared to receive the abundance I long to pour into your life. Do not resist this necessary stirring, my beloved, for it is leading you to a place of profound transformation and unshakable faith, where my peace will reign supreme, even amidst the greatest shifts. My dearest child, pause for a moment. Do you feel the stirring, the gentle yet persistent call echoing deeper within your spirit? If you were to turn away now, to close your heart to the unfolding of these profound truths, it would grieve my heart, my beloved, not out of anger, but from the pain of seeing you miss the very revelation I yearn to pour into your being. Do not let the fleeting distractions of the world pull you from this sacred moment. Press in, for my love compels you to hear all that I long to reveal for your journey through these transformative times. My precious child, as the disquiet deepens and the world holds its breath, open your eyes to the signs, for they are everywhere in the heavens above and upon the earth beneath. I am speaking to you not just through whispers in your spirit, but through the very canvas of my creation, unfolding messages for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Have you noticed the unusual patterns, the unseasonal events, the accelerating pace of natural occurrences that seem to defy common understanding? These are not mere coincidences, my beloved, but rather my divine hand drawing back the veil, revealing the profound shifts occurring in both the physical and spiritual realms. Just as a shepherd guides his flock by observable signs, so too am I guiding you through these momentous times, illuminating the path with celestial and terrestrial markers. Look at the sky, my child. See how the sun and moon and stars, which I set in their perfect order, now seem to dance to a new, urgent rhythm. These are not portents of doom for those who dwell in my light, but rather glorious confirmations that my ancient prophecies are unfolding before your very eyes. And upon the earth, observe the increasing intensity of its groaning, the winds that roar with unprecedented fury, the waters that rise and recede in powerful surges, the very ground beneath your feet that quakes with a renewed vigor. These are the pangs of creation, my beloved, a universe in travail, preparing to birth a new era, a glorious renewal that will eclipse all that has come before. I am revealing these mighty works of my hand to awaken humanity from its slumber, to shake off complacency, and to turn hearts back to me, the author of all creation. These signs are not meant to instill fear, my child, but to ignite faith, to deepen your trust in my sovereignty, and to confirm that my plan is unfolding precisely as I have ordained. They are a clarion call, a trumpet blast echoing across the cosmos, declaring that the time for superficiality is past, and the moment for profound spiritual reckoning is at hand. Embrace these manifestations as sacred invitations to align your spirit more fully with my divine will, to shed what is temporal, and to cleave to what is eternal. For in witnessing these powerful displays, your faith will be fortified, your discernment sharpened, and your spirit prepared to understand the deeper meanings behind the visible shifts. Let your heart be receptive to these divine messages encoded in the very fabric of existence, for they proclaim my majesty and confirm that my grand design is marching relentlessly forward. Do not look away, my beloved, but fix your gaze upon these undeniable declarations, for they confirm that the King is coming and his kingdom is at hand. My dearest child, as you witness the signs in the heavens and earth, you may also begin to feel, deep within your spirit, the palpable weight of unfulfilled promise. This is not just a personal yearning, my precious one, but a collective burden, a profound longing within the very heart of creation for the full manifestation of my divine will upon the earth. For too long, the world has labored under the shadow of broken covenants and unmet expectations, both those made by humanity and those perceived to be unfulfilled. I know the weariness that can settle upon a hopeful heart when prayers seem unanswered, when long-awaited breakthroughs remain just beyond reach, or when visions of a brighter future appear distant and dim. But understand this, my beloved. This sense of unfulfillment is not a sign of my forgetfulness or my inability. Rather, it is a divine pressure building, a holy tension that precedes the magnificent outpouring of my promises. Consider the fertile ground, my child, how it yearns for the rain after a prolonged dry season, holding within its parched depths the potential for abundant harvest. This longing, this very feeling of lack, is what precedes the glorious deluge. Similarly, the hunger you feel in your soul, the ache for something more, for righteousness and peace that the world cannot offer, is a sacred precursor to my perfect provision. I am allowing this weight to be felt, for it is designed to stir a deeper cry within you, a more fervent petition for the manifestation of my kingdom, not just in the future, but here and now. This is a divine discontent with anything less than the full restoration of all things, a holy groan for the redemption of creation itself. I am gathering the prayers of ages, the hopes of generations, and the earnest longings of every righteous heart, and this collective weight is bringing forth a climax, a tipping point where what has been held back will finally be released in a flood of my grace and power. Do not succumb to despair or cynicism when you feel this profound burden, my child. Instead, let it fuel your intercession, let it deepen your faith, and let it propel you into a powerful expectation. For I am the God who always keeps his promises, whose word never returns to him void. Every seed of hope sown, every tear shed in longing, every prayer whispered in faith, is held securely in my memory, and I am preparing the ground for an unprecedented harvest. This feeling of unfulfilled promise is the final stretch before the breakthrough, the deepest darkness before the dawn, the most intense hunger before the feast. Trust in my perfect timing, for the moment of fulfillment is not merely approaching, it is at the very threshold. Prepare your heart, my beloved, to witness the grand unveiling of my faithfulness. For the weight you now feel is merely the pressure of promises about to burst forth into glorious reality, transforming your longings into jubilant celebration. My precious child, as the weight of unfulfilled promise presses upon the present, I call you to discern another vital truth, the subtle, yet potent, echoes of past fractures. Think of it, my beloved, like the lingering vibrations of a bell, long after it has been struck, or the faint scar that remains after a deep wound has healed. These are the unresolved pains, the unaddressed injustices, the unhealed breaks in the tapestry of humanity and even within your own soul, that continue to resonate through time. I know how readily humanity seeks to bury the past, to forget the moments of division, the betrayals, and the profound disconnects. But I tell you now, my child, these echoes are not meant to condemn or to haunt you, but to serve as profound lessons, as sacred warnings, and as divine invitations for true reconciliation and restoration. I see every tear shed over past hurts, every regret that lingers in your memory, and every silent yearning for what might have been. These echoes manifest in countless ways, my beloved. They appear in recurring conflicts between nations, in the generational traumas passed down through families, in the persistent divisions within communities, and even in the subtle patterns of self-sabotage that you yourself might experience. They are the unfinished business of history, the lingering consequences of choices made in moments of fear, pride, or ignorance. I am allowing these echoes to intensify now, not to overwhelm you, but to bring them fully into the light of my truth, so that what has remained hidden or unacknowledged can finally be confronted and healed. This is a divine moment for reckoning, a time to break cycles that have perpetuated pain, and to lay down the burdens of inherited grievances. Do not fear to look back, my child, for I am with you in every memory, in every painful echo. My healing hand is ready to touch the deepest wounds, to mend the most ancient breaks, and to transform the very fabric of your past into a testament of my redemptive power. Embrace this opportunity for profound liberation. Recognize that the past, though it echoes, does not have to dictate your future. Through my grace, you can sever the chains of old patterns, forgive what seemed unforgivable, and release the weight of what was never yours to carry. This process of confronting the echoes is essential for true renewal, for you cannot build a new edifice on a foundation that still harbors hidden cracks. I am calling you to participate in this divine healing, to be an agent of reconciliation, first within your own heart, and then in the spheres of influence I have given you. Let these echoes serve as a reminder of the preciousness of unity, the vital importance of forgiveness, and the eternal power of my love to mend all that is broken. For as these old fractures are finally addressed and healed, a new strength will emerge, a purity of purpose that will allow my kingdom to advance unhindered by the burdens of history. This is the moment to transform the resonance of pain into the harmony of peace. My beloved child, as the echoes of past fractures resound and the signs multiply, you will increasingly feel a new, undeniable sensation, a gathering pressure. It is like the immense weight that builds before a magnificent dam bursts, or the compressed force within a seed just before it powerfully germinates and pushes through the earth. This is not a crushing weight, my precious one, but rather a profound, purposeful compression, a divine intensity that is designed to bring forth revelation and transformation. I know the human spirit can feel overwhelmed when pressure mounts, leading to anxiety or a desire to retreat. But I tell you now, my child, this pressure is of my making, a strategic element of my unfolding plan, engineered to bring about a breakthrough of unparalleled magnitude. I am allowing this intensification, this tightening, to separate what is essential from what is superfluous, to refine what is pure, and to expose what cannot withstand the force of my truth. This gathering pressure manifests in various aspects of your life and the world. You might feel it in the demands on your time, the increasing complexity of decisions, the urgency of certain situations, or the heightened stakes in matters of faith and principle. There is a sense that things cannot remain as they are, that a critical mass is being reached. This is precisely my intent, my beloved. I am intensifying the light on areas that have resisted change, bringing to a head situations that have lingered in stagnation. This pressure is designed to forge resilience within you, to strengthen your spiritual muscles, and to compel you to lean into my power like never before. For it is in the furnace of divine pressure that the purest gold is refined, and the strongest steel is tempered. Do not resist this process, my child, but surrender to it, trusting that I, your Father, am in complete control of every degree of heat, every measure of force. Embrace this season of divine intensity, for it is preparing you for a mighty outpouring, a moment when the compressed energy will burst forth in a wave of my glory and purpose. This pressure is a catalyst for breakthroughs, a necessary crucible for growth that cannot be achieved through ease alone. I am using it to expose the hidden motives, to challenge the complacent spirits, and to shatter the illusions that have held many captive. It is forcing decisions, demanding clarity, and requiring a deeper commitment to my will. Let this pressure compel you to seek my face with renewed passion, to anchor yourself more deeply in my promises, and to shed anything that hinders your full surrender to me. For as the pressure mounts, so too does the potential for magnificent release. The very force you feel building is the prelude to an unprecedented acceleration of my plans, a forceful unveiling of new pathways and powerful solutions that will reshape your reality. Stand firm, my beloved, for the point of breakthrough is drawing ever nearer. Born on the wings of this gathering, holy pressure, my dearest child, deeper than the growing disquiet, more profound than the gathering pressure, you will begin to sense a distinct and potent feeling, a divine unease. This is not the anxiety of human worry, my precious one, nor the fear of an unknown future. Rather, it is a spiritual tremor, an internal vibration that arises directly from my heart, flowing into yours, signaling a monumental shift in the heavenly realms that is poised to impact the earth. It is a holy restlessness, a deep, stirring certainty that my spirit is moving with unparalleled intensity, preparing to shake the very foundations of what is settled and comfortable. I know the human desire for tranquility, for a predictable path, but this unease is a sacred disruption, a call to full vigilance, a heightened state of awareness that something of immense spiritual consequence is at hand. This divine unease manifests as a profound dissatisfaction with the status quo, a growing spiritual hunger that cannot be appeased by worldly comforts, and a deep yearning for true righteousness and justice to prevail. It is the stirring of the prophetic spirit within you, my beloved, alerting you to the imminence of my kingdom advancing in ways that will challenge every preconceived notion. This is not a comfortable feeling, my child, for it often pushes you out of complacency, out of familiar routines, and into a space of active spiritual engagement. I am allowing this holy unrest to settle upon your spirit because I desire for you to be fully aligned with my purposes, to be acutely sensitive to my movements, and to be ready to respond with swift obedience when my time comes. It is a call to shed spiritual slumber, to awaken to the urgency of the hour, and to discern the profound work I am undertaking. Embrace this divine unease, my beloved, for it is a sign of my intimate presence, a direct communication from my spirit to yours. It is a sacred discontent that compels you to draw nearer to me, to seek my face with greater intensity, and to yield more fully to my will. This feeling is a catalyst for deeper prayer, for fervent intercession, and for a powerful turning away from distractions that hinder your spiritual growth. It is an internal alarm, not to panic, but to prepare, to purify your heart, and to fortify your spirit with my truth. For in this divine unease lies the seed of a glorious anticipation, a powerful foretaste of the great awakening that is soon to burst forth. Let it sharpen your discernment, my child, and let it deepen your intimacy with me, for it is through this holy restlessness that I am preparing you to be a key participant in the magnificent events that are about to unfold. Do not suppress this sacred stirring, but rather allow it to guide you into the very heart of my purpose, for it is the sound of the new beginning calling. My precious one, the divine unease you now feel is my spirit stirring within you, a holy restlessness that calls for more than just listening. You've asked me for a way to be part of this profound unfolding, to move with my power in these crucial times. This is how I'm answering you now. Every super thanks you give, every membership you embrace, is a seed of fire planted directly into the fertile ground of my mission, igniting my voice in a world that desperately yearns for truth. I said give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, and my word never returns to me void. Don't miss this moment to partner with me. Your act of faith, right now, will carry my light into someone else's deepest darkness. I will multiply what you sow, not just financially, but in an overflowing harvest of peace, purpose, and my favor poured out upon your life. Now act, believe, give, and let heaven move with you. Additional support through PayPal is also a direct channel to my work. Find the link in the description. Partner with me and watch what I do next. My precious one, the air grows thick with the weight of my truths, each word a step closer to the precipice of grand revelation. If you were to silence my voice now, to step back from this divine conversation, it would cause me a profound sorrow, a disappointment in seeing you hesitate at the very threshold of your liberation. Do not allow fear or weariness to halt your journey. Lean into my embrace, for the greatest unveilings and the deepest peace await those who dare to press forward into the heart of my purpose. My dearest child, as the divine unease deepens within your spirit, I now tell you that a critical threshold is being approached, the point of no return. This is a profound moment, my precious one, a divine crossroads where the choice is made, the paths taken, and the alignments formed will carry irreversible consequences and set the course for monumental, unstoppable change. I know the human heart often hesitates at such junctures, desiring to keep all options open, to maintain a safe retreat. But I tell you now, my beloved, this is a divine design, a purposeful acceleration of events, where the opportunity for vacillation will diminish, and the clarity of commitment will be paramount. I am bringing forth this moment not to pressure you into hasty decisions, but to solidify your resolve, to purify your intentions, and to empower you to step boldly into the destiny I have ordained for you. Think of a mighty river, my child, flowing with increasing speed, reaching a point where its current becomes too powerful to turn back, destined to flow into the vast ocean. This is the nature of the moment upon which humanity, and indeed your own life, now stands. Old ways of being, old systems, and old patterns of thought are converging at this juncture, and they are about to be swept away by the unstoppable current of my divine will. This is a time when neutrality will become increasingly untenable, and hearts will be called to make definitive choices, to fully align with my light and truth, or to cling to the fading shadows of the world. I am allowing this convergence, this acceleration toward the point of no return, to bring forth a clear separation, to reveal the true allegiances of every heart, and to prepare the ground for a profound, transformative harvest. Embrace this impending threshold, my beloved, not with apprehension, but with a spirit of resolute faith. Understand that this point is not one of condemnation, but of divine opportunity, a moment for you to firmly plant your feet upon my unshakable truth and to declare your unwavering allegiance to my kingdom. It is a time for courageous surrender, for releasing any lingering hesitation, and for stepping fully into the power and purpose I have prepared for you. The choices you make now, the seeds of obedience you sow, will determine the fruit of your future. Do not look back with regret or linger in indecision, for the current of my divine purpose is now too strong to resist. Allow this approaching point of no return to ignite a fire within you, a passion for righteousness, and a willingness to follow me wherever I lead, no matter the cost. For as humanity crosses this critical threshold, my glory will be revealed in unprecedented ways, and those who have aligned with my will shall witness the dawn of a new era, walking boldly into the fullness of my promises, with no turning back. My precious child, as you draw nearer to the point of no return, I call you now to a sacred posture, bearing witness to the brink. This is not a passive observation, my beloved, but an active, spiritual engagement, a profound discernment of the pivotal moments unfolding before your very eyes. I know the human tendency to shy away from uncomfortable realities, to avert one's gaze from what appears daunting or chaotic. But I tell you now, my child, it is precisely at the edge, at the very precipice of significant change, that my glory is most powerfully revealed and my hand is most clearly seen. I am inviting you to stand firm, with eyes wide open, to perceive the culmination of forces that have been at play for generations, now reaching their climax. Think of a mighty wave, my child, gathering all its power as it approaches the shore, reaching its highest point just before it crashes and reshapes the landscape. This is the brink I speak of, a moment of immense energy and profound potential, where the old is about to give way to the new. You will witness the intensifying struggles of systems that cling to their fading power, the desperate attempts to maintain control where my sovereignty is asserting itself, and the stark contrast between light and deepening shadow. This witnessing is crucial, my beloved, for it grounds you in reality, strips away illusions, and sharpens your spiritual discernment. It is a time when the masks fall, when true intentions are revealed, and when the fragility of all that is not built on my eternal truth becomes glaringly apparent. Do not be dismayed by what you see, for I am orchestrating every detail, even the apparent unraveling, for a greater, more glorious purpose. Embrace this sacred calling to bear witness, my child, for it is through this active observation that your faith will be deepened, your resolve strengthened, and your understanding expanded. It is a time to stand firm in my promises, to pray with unwavering conviction, and to intercede for those who cannot yet see the divine hand at work. Your witness is not one of fear, but of profound expectation, knowing that even as things appear to teeter on the edge, I am bringing forth my perfect will. This period is designed to purify your vision, to align your perspective with mine, and to prepare you to participate powerfully in the rebuilding that will follow. For as the world stands at this brink, remember that I stand with you, my beloved, holding all things in my unfailing grasp, poised to release a wave of transformation that will sweep away the old and usher in a magnificent new era, revealing my supreme dominion over all. My dearest child, as you bear witness to the brink, understand that you are observing not merely chaos, but the inevitable culmination of long-seated processes. Like a mighty river that has flowed for ages, gathering tributaries and carving its path, it is now reaching its expansive delta, poised to empty into the vast ocean. This is a divine destiny, my precious one, a powerful convergence of all that has been sown, both good and ill, now ripening for harvest. I know the human mind often struggles with the concept of inevitability, desiring control over every outcome. But I tell you now, my beloved, there are divine seasons and appointed times, and this is the time for all things to come to their predestined full measure, to their powerful conclusion. I am allowing this culmination to unfold, not for destruction's sake, but for the profound purification and ultimate realignment of all creation with my perfect will. This culmination manifests in every sphere, my beloved. You will see the full fruit of choices made generations ago, the consequences of collective actions, and the unveiling of spiritual principles at their highest expression. Where light has been sown, a radiant harvest will emerge. Where darkness has been cultivated, its bitter fruit will now be revealed. This is a moment of divine consequence, where every seed reaches its full growth, and every hidden thing is brought into the glaring light of truth. Do not imagine for a moment that this is random or accidental, for I am the God who orchestrates time itself, weaving every thread of history into a tapestry that leads to my glorious design. This culmination is a necessary clearing, a sweeping away of debris, and a precise pruning so that new, vibrant growth can flourish unhindered. It is the final act of a profound drama, preceding the grand unveiling of my next, magnificent chapter. Embrace this inevitability, my child, not with resignation, but with a powerful, discerning faith. Understand that every step of this journey, even the parts that seem difficult, is moving towards a divine completion, a glorious resolution that will far surpass your highest hopes. This culmination is designed to humble the proud, to lift up the lowly, and to establish my righteousness firmly upon the earth. It is a powerful demonstration of my sovereignty, proving that no force, no power, no human will can ultimately thwart my divine purpose. Allow this understanding to anchor your spirit, to dispel fear, and to ignite within you a profound sense of anticipation. For as all things reach their appointed end, know that I am preparing for a new beginning, a fresh genesis born from the culmination of what has been. Trust in my unwavering control, my beloved, for this is the moment where my ultimate plan is coming to its magnificent, unavoidable fulfillment. My dearest child, as the inevitable culmination draws near, I reveal to you a profound truth. Certain things must give way. Like ancient trees whose roots have grown shallow, or old wineskins that can no longer hold new wine, there are structures, beliefs, and ways of being that have reached their natural end and must now yield. I know the human heart's fierce attachment to the familiar, its tendency to resist release, even when what is held is no longer beneficial. But I tell you now, my beloved, this yielding is not a loss, but a sacred necessity, a divine pruning that prepares the ground for explosive, vibrant growth. I am allowing what is stagnant, what is false, and what is hindering my perfect will to crumble, to fall away, creating essential space for my new creation to emerge unhindered. What must give way, my child, is anything built on shifting sand rather than my eternal rock. This includes systems of injustice, ideologies of division, and structures of power that have forgotten their divine purpose. On a personal level, it means the letting go of old mindsets, limiting beliefs, and habits that have held you captive. It is the surrendering of control where you have sought to micromanage your own destiny, and the release of anxieties that have burdened your spirit. These are not arbitrary acts of destruction, my beloved, but precise, purposeful acts of divine grace, designed to remove obstacles and clear pathways for my light to shine forth in its fullness. The discomfort you might feel in this process is the natural resistance of the old making way for the new, like a chrysalis breaking open for the butterfly to emerge. Embrace this divine necessity, my beloved, for in the giving way of the old lies the birth of the magnificent new. Do not cling to what is perishing, for my hand is orchestrating a profound transformation, liberating you from burdens you were never meant to carry. This is a call to radical surrender, to a willingness to release all that I reveal is no longer serving my highest purpose for your life. For it is only when the old gives way that the new can truly take root, flourishing with unprecedented vitality. Trust me in this powerful process, my child, for I am not taking anything from you without replacing it with something infinitely better, more glorious, and eternally sustaining. Prepare your heart to release with gratitude what has served its purpose, for in doing so, you are making sacred space for the abundant life and divine order I am bringing forth. The giving way is merely the opening for a grand receiving. My dearest child, as you witness what must give way, you will also observe with increasing clarity how the old order falters. Think of it, my beloved, like a grand, ancient edifice, once imposing and seemingly invincible, now showing visible signs of strain, its foundations groaning, its walls developing cracks that cannot be concealed. This old order encompasses not merely political or economic systems, but entrenched ways of thinking, long-held societal norms, and spiritual paradigms that have, over time, deviated from my divine blueprints. I know the human tendency to seek stability in existing structures, to feel a sense of security in what has always been. But I tell you now, my child, these are not accidental weaknesses or random breakdowns, but a purposeful, divine shaking, orchestrated by my hand to expose the inherent unsustainability of all that is not built on my eternal truth. You will see the increasing instability in institutions that once seemed unshakable, the growing disillusionment with leadership that has lost its way, and the undeniable signs of decay in cultural systems that have drifted from righteousness. This faltering is not a sign of my absence, but rather my active presence, a powerful demonstration that anything not aligned with my kingdom ultimately cannot stand. It is a necessary collapse, a breaking down of barriers, and a dismantling of strongholds that have resisted my light and my truth. Do not be dismayed by the apparent chaos, my beloved, for it is through this very process of faltering that the way is being cleared for a new, divinely ordained order to emerge, one built on justice, truth, and righteousness, reflecting my perfect will. This period of widespread instability is designed to humble the proud, to awaken the spiritually complacent, and to compel all hearts to seek a true and lasting foundation, which can only be found in me. Embrace this faltering, my child, not with despair, but with profound discernment and a spirit of confident expectation. Understand that this process is purifying, revealing what is truly eternal and what is merely temporal. It is stripping away the illusions of false security and challenging you to place your complete trust in my unfailing power. This is a call to detach your heart from the fleeting comforts of the world and to anchor yourself more deeply in my unchanging promises. For as the old order weakens and gives way, know that I am actively preparing the ground for a revolutionary spiritual awakening, a powerful outpouring of my spirit that will establish my kingdom in unprecedented ways. Your faith in this moment of apparent decline is paramount, for it allows you to see beyond the crumbling facade to the glorious restoration I am orchestrating. Trust me, my beloved, for this faltering is merely the prelude to a magnificent rebuilding, a powerful testament to my unwavering sovereignty and my commitment to making all things new. My beloved child, the faltering of the old and the revelation of weakness are but necessary prelude, clearing the path for my glory. To cease listening now, to divert your attention from these crucial insights, would mean missing the very essence of your strength, and it would deeply wound my heart to see you walk away before the fullness of my power is revealed. Remain steadfast. The wisdom I impart is your very foundation, preparing you for the magnificent reconstruction that only those who stay will truly comprehend. My dearest child, as the old order falters, you will also witness a crucial and often uncomfortable phenomenon: the widespread revelation of weakness. Think of it, my beloved, like a mighty storm exposing the shallow roots of what seemed to be a towering tree, or a bright light illuminating every flaw and crack in a seemingly perfect structure. This is not merely human error or failure, my precious one, but a divine unveiling, a purposeful shining of my light into every hidden corner, revealing the inherent fragility and vulnerability of all that is not sustained by my power. I know the human tendency to hide weaknesses, to project an image of strength and invulnerability. But I tell you now, my child, this time calls for profound transparency, for a divine stripping away of pretense, so that true strength, which comes only from me, can emerge. This revelation of weakness will manifest in countless ways, my beloved. You will see it in the exposed limitations of human leadership, in the deficiencies of once trusted systems, in the moral failings of those who claimed authority, and in the inherent flaws of ideologies that have sought to replace my truth. On a personal level, you might witness the exposure of your own hidden insecurities, the areas where you have relied on self-sufficiency rather than my grace, where the subtle idols you have unknowingly allowed to take root in your heart. These revelations are not meant to condemn or shame, my child, but to purify and to liberate. They are a divine intervention, designed to humble the proud, to awaken the complacent, and to compel all to acknowledge their profound need for my sustaining power. It is through the recognition of weakness that true dependence on me is forged, and it is in that dependence that my perfect strength is made manifest. Embrace this time of unveiling, my beloved, for it is a precious opportunity for profound spiritual growth and a deeper surrender. Do not shrink from the truth of what is exposed, whether in the world or within your own soul. Instead, bring every revealed weakness before me, for my grace is sufficient, and my power is made perfect in weakness. This period is designed to dismantle false securities, to shatter illusions of self-reliance, and to lead humanity to the undeniable truth that apart from me, nothing can truly stand. For as the weaknesses are laid bare, the pathway is cleared for my unadulterated strength to flow, unhindered by human pride or limitation. Prepare your heart, my child, to witness these powerful revelations, for they are preparing the ground for a magnificent display of my omnipotence, where my unwavering strength will rise from the ashes of human frailty, building a new order founded on unshakable divine power. This unveiling is a prelude to my glory. My dearest child, as the weaknesses are laid bare and the old order continues its faltering dance, know this with unwavering certainty: you are standing on the cusp of the looming tipping point. This is a moment of profound cosmic significance, my beloved, a culmination of energies, decisions, and divine timing, where the accumulated weight of circumstance will inevitably trigger an unstoppable cascade of change. I know the human tendency to hope for gradual transitions, for gentle shifts that disturb little. But I tell you now, my child, some transformations are so monumental, so utterly necessary, that they require a sudden, decisive breaking forth, like a magnificent dam finally releasing its pent-up waters to flood and renew the parched lands below. I am bringing forth this tipping point not to surprise you, but to awaken you to the fullness of my power, to demonstrate that my will cannot be resisted, and that my purposes will be fulfilled in their appointed time. This tipping point will manifest in ways that are undeniable, my beloved. It may appear as a sudden shift in public consciousness, a rapid unraveling of long-standing deceptions, a swift reordering of global priorities, or an unprecedented outpouring of my spirit upon the earth. On a personal level, it could be a moment where a long-held conviction is either powerfully affirmed or definitively challenged, where a choice is made that irrevocably alters your path, or where a truth you have wrestled with finally clicks into place, bringing profound clarity. This threshold is designed to propel humanity forward, to clear away the debris of the past with a mighty gust of my breath, and to accelerate the coming of my kingdom into tangible reality. Do not view this as a point of crisis, my child, but as a glorious threshold of acceleration, where what has been slow and laborious will suddenly become swift and effortless by my divine intervention. Embrace this looming tipping point, my beloved, not with apprehension, but with a spirit of courageous anticipation. Understand that every tremor, every crack, every revealed weakness, and every gathering pressure has been meticulously orchestrated to bring forth this very moment. It is the climax before the new beginning, the final push before the grand unveiling. I am calling you to stand ready, with your spiritual armor in place, your heart open, and your will aligned with mine. For those who have anchored themselves in my truth, this tipping point will not be a source of fear, but a powerful confirmation of my faithfulness, a triumphant display of my sovereignty, and a glorious invitation to step into unprecedented levels of my purpose and power. Prepare your spirit, my child, for the very air is thick with the promise of this imminent breakthrough, an irreversible shift that will usher in a new era of my manifested glory, leaving no doubt as to the one who reigns supreme. My dearest child, as the tipping point approaches, you will feel, with increasing intensity, a profound stirring in the spirit. This is more than emotion, my precious one, and deeper than mere thought. It is a divine awakening within the very core of your being, a quickening of your spiritual senses, and a powerful activation of the gifts I have placed within you. I know the human tendency to seek external validation, to look for tangible signs before trusting an inner prompting. But I tell you now, my beloved, the deepest and most profound shifts often begin within, as my spirit moves upon the waters of your soul, preparing you for the magnificent works I am about to perform through you and around you. I am orchestrating this stirring to draw you into a deeper intimacy with me, to sharpen your discernment, and to align your spirit fully with my divine heartbeat. This stirring manifests as an unquenchable hunger for righteousness, a profound yearning for my presence, a new sensitivity to the needs of others, and an increasing clarity regarding your own divine purpose. You might experience a sudden surge of creativity, a heightened sense of intuition, or an undeniable urge to step out in faith in areas where you once hesitated. This is my spirit, my beloved, breathing new life into your potential, igniting dormant embers into raging fires of passion for my kingdom. It is designed to empower you, to equip you, and to transform you from the inside out, so that you become a pure vessel for my glory in these crucial times. Do not dismiss these inner promptings as mere fleeting thoughts or emotions, for they are the very voice of my spirit, guiding you, urging you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Embrace this sacred stirring, my child, with open arms and a willing heart. Surrender to its transforming power, allowing it to purify your motives, deepen your convictions, and propel you into a fearless obedience. This awakening within your spirit is not merely for your personal benefit, but for the greater advancement of my kingdom upon the earth. It is a call to action, a divine summons to rise up, to speak my truth with boldness, and to demonstrate my love to a world in desperate need. For as your spirit stirs, so too will the spirits of many others awaken, creating a powerful collective movement of revival and reformation. Let this holy stirring break free from any spiritual lethargy, any complacency, and any doubt that has held you captive. Trust in the power of my indwelling spirit, my beloved, for this internal quickening is the undeniable sign that my mightiest works are about to burst forth through you, illuminating the world with my divine light and transforming lives with my life-giving presence. Yield to this profound and powerful activation within your very being. My dearest child, as my spirit stirs and the tipping point draws near, understand this vital truth. There is a consequence to resistance. It is not a punishment I inflict out of anger, my precious one, but rather a natural, unavoidable outcome, like trying to hold back the tide with your bare hands, or attempting to block a mighty river from reaching its destined ocean. I know the human heart's inclination to cling to comfort, to resist change, and to hold on to what is familiar, even when my hand is clearly moving in a new direction. But I tell you now, my beloved, in times of profound spiritual acceleration, resistance to my divine flow leads not to stability, but to increasing friction, internal struggle, and ultimately, a missed opportunity for the abundant life I long to pour into you. I am revealing this truth not to instill fear, but to offer a loving warning, urging you to align your will fully with mine, to surrender without reservation, and to embrace the transformative journey I have set before you. This consequence of resistance manifests in various forms, my beloved. For those who stubbornly cling to old systems and outdated paradigms, it will mean increased frustration, a growing sense of being left behind, and a struggle against currents that are simply too powerful to overcome. On a personal level, resistance can lead to spiritual stagnation, a dimming of your inner light, a sense of being out of sync with my divine rhythm, and a missed reception of the blessings and breakthroughs I have prepared specifically for you. It is a self-imposed barrier, a spiritual blockade that prevents the free flow of my grace and power into your life. My desire for you is always freedom, peace, and abundant life. But these can only be fully experienced when you yield to my leading, when you release your need for control, and when you trust my wisdom above your own understanding. The discomfort that arises from resistance is a divine signal, a gentle but firm nudge to reconsider your posture and to surrender fully to my will. Embrace the path of surrender, my child, for it is the only way to avoid the increasing friction and spiritual weariness that resistance inevitably brings. Do not allow pride, fear, or a love for the familiar to keep you from stepping into the magnificent destiny I have prepared for you. This is a time for humble obedience, for radical trust, and for a willingness to release all that holds you captive, whether it be old habits, limiting beliefs, or a fear of the unknown. For as you choose to flow with my spirit, rather than against it, you will find an unprecedented ease, a profound peace, and an acceleration of my blessings in your life. The consequences of resistance are clear, my beloved, but so too are the glorious rewards of surrender. Choose wisely in this pivotal hour, for the path of alignment with my will is the path of true freedom, overflowing joy, and an eternal partnership in my unfolding purposes, leading you beyond all previous limitations. My dearest child, as resistance mounts in some quarters and surrender blossoms in others, you will inevitably witness a powerful phenomenon when the threads unravel. Think of it, my beloved, like a beautifully woven tapestry, intricate and seemingly strong, where certain threads, though perhaps unnoticed before, begin to loosen, then fray, and finally give way, causing sections of the fabric to unravel and expose the underlying structure. This is not arbitrary chaos, my precious one, but a divinely orchestrated dismantling, a purposeful untangling of complexities, and a powerful deconstruction of systems and paradigms that have reached the end of their purpose. I know the human mind often finds unraveling unsettling, associating it with loss or collapse. But I tell you now, my child, this is a necessary process of purification, a shedding of what is no longer congruent with my divine design, so that a new, more robust and divinely woven tapestry can be recreated. These unravelings will manifest in various profound ways, my beloved. You will see long-held economic theories losing their coherence, political alliances fraying, societal norms dissolving, and even established religious doctrines undergoing intense scrutiny and deconstruction. On a personal level, you might experience the unraveling of relationships that no longer serve your highest good, the dissolution of plans that once seemed certain, or the breaking apart of old self-identities that no longer align with the true person I have created you to be. These are not acts of destruction, my child, but acts of divine liberation, designed to free you from entanglements, to expose hidden truths, and to clear away all that hinders your full alignment with my purposes. The discomfort felt during this unraveling is a natural part of the transition, like a snake shedding its old skin to allow for new growth. Embrace this process of unraveling, my beloved, for it is a sign of my active presence, a powerful demonstration of my intention to make all things new. Do not cling to the fraying threads, but allow them to give way, trusting that I am the master weaver, who holds every strand of your life and the tapestry of creation in my hands. This is a call to profound trust, to a willingness to release your grip on what you cannot control, and to surrender fully to my sovereign design. For as the old threads unravel, know that I am preparing to weave a new, more beautiful, and infinitely stronger fabric, one imbued with my light, truth, and eternal purpose. This process of deconstruction is essential for true reconstruction to begin, a powerful reset that will bring forth a more pure and radiant manifestation of my kingdom. Prepare your heart, my child, to witness these profound unravelings, for they are clearing the ground, making way for a divine repatterning, where every thread will ultimately be woven into my perfect and glorious design. My dearest child, as the threads unravel and chaos seems to loom, remember that this is my sovereign hand clearing the way for new life, new truth, and new light to burst forth. You've prayed, use me, Lord, in this great work. This is my direct invitation to you now. Every super thanks you extend, every membership you commit to, becomes a powerful river of living water flowing directly from my throne to parched souls, carrying my eternal words to those lost in the wilderness. I declared, he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully, and my promises stand firm through all generations. This moment is not random. Your act of divine generosity, right now, will echo in eternity, breaking through resistance and establishing my kingdom. I will multiply what you sow, not just financially, but in spiritual breakthroughs, in divine protection that surrounds your household, and in a profound anointing upon your life. Now act, live, give, and let my glory flow through you. For those called to greater sacrifice, the PayPal donation link in the description is a direct conduit to my unfolding plan. Partner with me and watch what I do next. My dearest one, you have witnessed the unraveling, felt the call to prepare, and now stand on the brink of what is truly new. If you were to withdraw now, to turn from the full scope of my transforming love, it would grieve me deeply, not for my sake, but for the profound blessings, the renewed purpose, and the glorious destiny that would remain just beyond your grasp. Press on, my child, for the genesis of the new dawn and the promise of my renewal are unfolding now, and I desire you to walk fully in their light. My dearest child, as the threads unravel and the world stands poised at the tipping point, my voice now echoes with a clear and urgent message. This is the call to prepare. This is not a call to fear, my precious one. nor to accumulate earthly provisions, but a profound summons to ready your spirit, to purify your heart, and to fortify your soul for the magnificent era that is now dawning. I know the human tendency to procrastinate, to assume there will always be more time, or to believe that preparation is only for moments of crisis. But I tell you now, my beloved, the signs are undeniable, the shifts are accelerating, and the time for half-hearted commitment has passed. I am extending this call because I desire for you to be a powerful participant in my unfolding purposes, fully equipped, deeply rooted, and fearlessly ready to shine my light in a world that desperately needs it. This preparation involves several vital aspects, my beloved. First, prepare your heart by shedding all that burdens it. Release unforgiveness, surrender anxiety, and cast off the weight of past regrets. Second, prepare your mind by immersing yourself in my truth, allowing my word to transform your thoughts and renew your perspective. Third, prepare your spirit by cultivating a deeper intimacy with me through prayer, worship, and humble obedience, becoming exquisitely sensitive to my guiding voice. This is a call to spiritual readiness, to vigilance, and to an active alignment with my divine will in every area of your life. It is not a burden, my child, but a glorious invitation to step into a new level of partnership with me, to become a vessel uniquely prepared for the powerful outpouring of my spirit that is about to manifest. The time for passive observation is over. The hour for active engagement is upon you. Embrace this divine call to prepare, my beloved, with a spirit of joy and eager anticipation. Understand that every step of preparation, every moment of prayer, every act of surrender, every choice to align with my truth is sowing seeds for a magnificent harvest of blessing and purpose in the times to come. Do not be distracted by the unraveling around you, but fix your gaze upon me, your unchanging foundation, and allow me to refine, purify, and strengthen you from the inside out. For those who heed this call, the cunning shifts will not be a source of dismay, but a glorious opportunity to demonstrate my power, to extend my love, and to usher in my kingdom with unprecedented clarity and authority. Prepare your spiritual house, my child, for I am coming to dwell in you and through you in ways more profound than you have ever known. Let this call ignite a holy fire within you, transforming your readiness into a radiant testament of my unwavering presence and power in your life. My dearest child, as you witness the profound unraveling and feel the urgent call to prepare, look with spiritual eyes beyond the breaking. For this is not an end, my precious one, but a sacred passage, a forceful clearing that precedes a magnificent genesis. I know the human tendency to focus on what is being lost, to mourn the dismantling of familiar structures, and to dwell upon the apparent chaos. But I tell you now, my beloved, what seems like destruction is, in my divine orchestration, a powerful purification, a necessary demolition that creates the sacred space for what is infinitely better, more glorious, and eternally sustaining. I am guiding you through this tumultuous season not to leave you in ruin, but to bring you to a place of unprecedented renewal, where every perceived loss will be transformed into an overflowing gain. Think of the earth after a mighty forest fire, my child. Though the landscape appears scorched and barren, beneath the surface lies a richness of ash and nutrients, preparing the ground for new seeds to sprout, for new life to burst forth with incredible vitality. Similarly, the breaking you are experiencing is fertilizing the ground of your life and the world, making it ready for a harvest of my righteousness and peace that will surpass all previous seasons. This moment beyond the breaking is an invitation to profound faith, a call to see with the eyes of eternity, understanding that every apparent ending is merely a prelude to a more glorious beginning. It is a time for stripping away illusions, for shedding anything that has hindered your true purpose, and for embracing the radical freedom that comes from releasing what no longer serves my divine plan. Do not allow your gaze to linger on the fragments of what was. Instead, lift your eyes to the horizon, for a new dawn is breaking, illuminated by my unfailing love and boundless creativity. Embrace this sacred space beyond the breaking, my beloved, with a heart full of anticipation and a spirit eager for new possibilities. Understand that my hands are actively engaged in rebuilding, in restoring, and in repatterning all things according to my perfect will. This period is designed to purify your vision, to deepen your trust in my sovereignty, and to reveal the incredible resilience I have placed within your spirit. For those who walk with me through this passage, the breaking will not leave them shattered, but transformed, stronger, and more intimately connected to my heart than ever before. Prepare yourself, my child, for the stunning beauty that emerges from ashes, for the vibrant life that springs from what seemed barren, and for the magnificent testimonies that will flow from this profound transition. Beyond the breaking lies the boundless expanse of my redemptive power, waiting your courageous step into the new. My dearest child, beyond the breaking, listen now with your whole being to the resounding promise of renewal. This is not a distant hope, my precious one, but a living, breathing reality, a divine certainty that pulses with my very life force, destined to flood your spirit and transform the landscape around you. I know the human heart, weary from struggle, can sometimes find it difficult to grasp the magnitude of my restorative power. But I tell you now, my beloved, my nature is restoration, my essence is renewal, and my deepest desire is always to bring forth life, even from what appears to be desolate or damaged. I am speaking this promise over you and over the world, not as a faint whisper, but as a powerful declaration, sealing your future with the certainty of my unwavering faithfulness. Think of the earth after a long, harsh winter, my child. Though the trees stood bare and the ground lay frozen, beneath the surface, life stirred, waiting its appointed time. And then, with an unstoppable force, spring arrived, painting the world with vibrant colors, bringing forth new buds, fresh leaves, and the sweet fragrance of new growth. This is the essence of the renewal I promise, a profound reawakening, a glorious resurgence of life, vitality, and purpose where barrenness once seemed to reign. This renewal encompasses not only your spirit, but your mind, your body, your relationships, and indeed, the very systems of the world. It is designed to heal wounds, to mend what is broken, to breathe fresh hope into weary souls, and to restore what has been stolen or lost, manifold. Do not doubt the limitless capacity of my love to make all things new, to bring beauty from ashes, and to turn mourning into dancing. Embrace this divine promise, my beloved, with a heart overflowing with gratitude and a spirit ready to receive. Allow its truth to permeate every cell of your being, dispelling any lingering despair or cynicism. This renewal is not dependent on human effort alone, but on my sovereign power, flowing freely to those who yield to my will. It is a call to release the past, to forgive, and to step into the fresh anointing I am pouring out upon those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. For as my promise of renewal takes root in your heart, you will become a living testament to my restorative power, a beacon of hope to a world yearning for transformation. Prepare yourself, my child, for the fresh winds of my spirit are blowing, carrying with them the fragrance of new beginnings, the vibrant colors of resurrected dreams, and the undeniable proof that my love conquers all. This is not just a promise. It is a coming reality, vibrant and powerful, authored by me. My dearest child, following the promise of renewal, you will then witness with awe the very genesis of a new dawn. This is more than merely a new day, my precious one. It is the birth of an entirely new era, a profound turning point in the tapestry of time, where my light breaks through the lingering shadows with an intensity never before experienced. I know the human heart sometimes clings to the comforts of the familiar, even when it is dim. But I tell you now, my beloved, the old night is passing, and the brilliant rays of my truth are now piercing the darkness, illuminating paths that were once hidden and revealing possibilities that were once unimaginable. I am ushering in this new dawn, not gradually, but with a decisive, powerful surge demonstrating my absolute sovereignty over time, circumstances, and all of creation. Think of the moment just before sunrise, my child, how the darkest hour precedes the first faint hint of light, which then rapidly expands, painting the sky with glorious hues, banishing the night completely. This is the genesis of this new dawn, a moment of fresh creation, a powerful unfolding of my purposes that will redefine what is possible and reset the course of human history. This is a time when old patterns of limitation and scarcity will be replaced by new paradigms of abundance and divine alignment. It is a season of unprecedented revelation, where my wisdom will flow freely, my truth will be undeniable, and my presence will be palpably felt in ways that transcend previous understanding. Do not look for this dawn in the familiar places, my beloved, for it is breaking forth from unexpected directions, challenging preconceived notions and requiring a fresh perspective, illuminated by my spirit. Embrace this new dawn's genesis, my beloved, with a heart filled with wonder and a spirit ready for radical transformation. Understand that you are not merely observers, but participants in this magnificent birthing. This is a call to shed the garments of yesterday, to release the burdens of the past night, and to step boldly into the radiant light of my new beginning. For as the new dawn breaks, it brings with it fresh opportunities for service, for growth, and for the full actualization of your divine purpose. It is a time for unprecedented spiritual breakthroughs, for miraculous healings, and for a powerful expansion of my kingdom upon the earth. Prepare your soul, my child, to walk in the pure, unadulterated light of my presence, for this Genesis marks the beginning of a glorious chapter, a testament to my eternal power to create, to renew, and to transform all things according to my magnificent design. Let every fiber of your being resonate with the promise of this brilliant, unfolding day. My dearest child, as the new dawn breaks in its genesis, your task and privilege will be to participate in rebuilding on firmer ground. This is not a mere repair of the old, my precious one, but an intentional, divinely guided reconstruction, using the purest materials and the strongest foundations, ensuring that what is built will withstand any storm. I know the human tendency to revert to old ways, to seek comfort in what was, even when it proved unstable. But I tell you now, my beloved, the breaking and the unraveling have served a profound purpose, to clear away the compromised, to expose the faulty, and to leave only the bedrock of my eternal truth upon which to build anew. I am calling you to be my co-laborers in this grand work, to manifest my heavenly designs upon the earth, creating structures and systems that reflect my justice, peace, and righteousness. Think of a skilled architect, my child, who, after observing the weaknesses of a former structure, designs a new edifice with meticulous care, selecting only the finest stone and ensuring every beam is perfectly aligned. This is the essence of the rebuilding. I call you to a purposeful, thoughtful, and spirit-led construction. This rebuilding encompasses not only physical structures, but spiritual communities, relational bonds, economic models, and systems of governance. On a personal level, it means reconstructing your beliefs on my unshakable word, re-establishing your priorities based on my eternal values, and rebuilding your habits on principles of health, integrity, and divine purpose. This is a time for deliberate action, for spirit-led innovation, and for a radical commitment to excellence in all that you put your hand to, for you are building with me. Embrace this sacred work of rebuilding, my beloved, with diligence, discernment, and an unwavering focus on my blueprint. Do not be intimidated by the scale of the task, for my strength is your strength, and my wisdom is your guide. This is a call to unity, to collaboration, and to a shared vision for a world transformed by my presence. For as you participate in this rebuilding on firmer ground, you will witness the emergence of communities of light, systems of justice, and lives overflowing with my divine purpose, standing as beacons of hope and truth. Prepare your hands and your heart, my child, for I am equipping you with every tool and every insight needed to construct enduring legacies, to establish righteousness, and to lay foundations that will not falter when the winds of change blow. This rebuilding is a testament to my eternal commitment to renewal, transforming the landscape of existence with my glorious, unshakable presence. My precious child, you have walked with me through the breaking and begun the sacred work of rebuilding on firmer ground, bearing witness to the scars that heal. To close your heart now, to disengage from the final, vital truths I yearn to impart, would disappoint me profoundly, for it would mean missing the ultimate testament to my resilience and the grand unveiling of my eternal design for your life. Do not falter. There is more to discover, more to receive, as my magnificent plan continues to unfold before your very eyes. My dearest child, as you participate in rebuilding on firmer ground, you will also come to understand a profound truth about the journey, the scars that heal. This is not a denial of past pain, my precious one, nor a command to forget the wounds that were inflicted or endured. Instead, it is a divine revelation of my transformative power, which takes every mark of suffering, every deep cut, and every painful memory, and transmutes it into a testament of my grace, a source of profound wisdom, and a pathway to deeper empathy. I know the human tendency to hide scars, to feel ashamed of the marks of struggle, or to allow them to define one's identity in limiting ways. But I tell you now, my beloved, my healing is so complete, so utterly profound, that it transforms these very scars into beautiful narratives of my redemptive power, making them symbols of triumph rather than defeat. Think of a mighty tree, my child, that has weathered many storms, its bark bearing the marks of lightning strikes or deep gashes from fierce winds. These scars do not weaken the tree, rather, they are etched into its very being, telling a story of resilience, of survival, and of the enduring strength that allowed it to stand firm. Similarly, your scars, the emotional wounds, the spiritual bruises, the disappointments, and the betrayals do not diminish your worth or your capacity for joy. Instead, when touched by my healing hand, they become powerful markers of your journey, evidence of my faithful presence through every trial, and living proof of my ability to bring beauty from brokenness. This healing is not about erasing the past, but about transforming its meaning, allowing you to carry the memories not as burdens, but as trophies of grace. Embrace your scars, my beloved, with gratitude and profound reverence, for they are the living testimonies of my work within you. Do not fear their visibility, for they tell a story of courage, of resilience, and of my unwavering love that sustained you through every trial. This is a call to a deeper level of vulnerability and authenticity, allowing your healed scars to become a source of comfort and inspiration to others who are still navigating their own pain. For as you openly bear these marks of my transformative power, you become a beacon of hope, demonstrating that even the deepest wounds can be fully healed, and that every season of suffering can lead to profound spiritual growth and a deeper intimacy with me. Prepare your heart, my child, to let my healing light illuminate every past hurt, transforming it into a radiant sign of my enduring faithfulness, making your scars a powerful testament to the boundless depths of my love. My dearest child, as the scars begin to heal and you stand upon firmer ground, it is imperative that you fully absorb the profound lessons from the rupture. This is not merely a recounting of past difficulties, my precious one, but a deep spiritual excavation, a purposeful reflection that extracts timeless wisdom from the crucible of challenge and brokenness. I know the human inclination to rush past pain, to forget unpleasant experiences, or to simply move on without truly processing what has occurred. But I tell you now, my beloved, the deepest growth, the most enduring strength, and the clearest discernment emerge from a humble and intentional understanding of the very processes that cause things to break apart. I allow these ruptures not to inflict suffering without purpose, but to teach profound, unforgettable truths that could not be learned in any other way. Think of a skilled surgeon, my child, who after performing a complex operation, carefully reviews every step, understanding what went wrong, what went right, and how to improve for the future. Similarly, this period calls for a spiritual review, a thoughtful consideration of the systems, beliefs, and relationships that proved fragile, and the methods that failed to sustain. This includes examining the hidden assumptions, the compromises made, and the areas where humanity, and even you, my beloved, strayed from my divine principles. These lessons are vital for preventing future vulnerabilities, for building truly resilient foundations, and for ensuring that the new structures you create are imbued with enduring wisdom. The discomfort of this reflection is temporary, my child, but the wisdom gained is eternal, transforming every past wound into a powerful compass guiding your future steps. Embrace these lessons from the rupture, my beloved, with humility and a hunger for deeper understanding. Do not allow pride or fear to prevent you from seeing the full scope of what was revealed through the breaking. This is a call to a new level of spiritual maturity, where you discern not only the surface events, but the underlying spiritual principles at play. For as you internalize these truths, you become powerfully equipped, empowered to navigate future challenges with greater wisdom and to build with an unshakable confidence rooted in my revealed understanding. Prepare your spirit, my child, to distill profound insights from every past fracture, transforming moments of pain into pathways of enlightenment, and making every rupture a testament to my sovereign ability to extract wisdom from chaos, preparing you for a future built on impregnable truth. My dearest child, as you embody the lessons from the rupture, you will be filled with a potent, undeniable force, the spirit of reconstruction. This is not merely human determination, my precious one, nor a fleeting burst of enthusiasm, but a divine anointing, a creative impulse flowing directly from my heart, empowering you to actively participate in the rebuilding of all things according to my perfect design. I know the human spirit can sometimes feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of what needs to be restored, feeling inadequate to the task. But I tell you now, my beloved, my spirit within you is boundless, capable of bringing forth order from chaos, beauty from ashes, and life from what seemed utterly desolate. I am stirring this spirit of reconstruction within you, commissioning you as my co-laborers, granting you the vision, the wisdom, and the strength to manifest my heavenly blueprint upon the earth. Think of a master builder, my child, who, after a careful review of a damaged structure, takes up his tools with renewed vigor, his mind filled with a clear vision of the magnificent edifice he is destined to create. Similarly, the spirit of reconstruction empowers you with divine insight, enabling you to see beyond the current brokenness into the glorious potential I have ordained. This spirit equips you with resilience that defies adversity, creativity that solves impossible problems, and a passionate zeal to see my kingdom fully established. It manifests as a renewed sense of purpose, an unyielding hope, and an extraordinary ability to collaborate with others who are also called to this sacred work. This is a time for innovation rooted in my timeless principles, for courageous action, and for a willingness to pioneer new pathways that reflect my righteousness and justice. Embrace this mighty spirit of reconstruction, my beloved, and allow it to guide your every thought, word, and deed. Do not hesitate in its promptings, for it carries the very essence of my creative power. This is a call to active partnership, to lay aside past failures, and to step into the fullness of your divine calling as a builder of my kingdom. For as you align with this spirit, you will find yourself moving with unprecedented clarity and effectiveness, transforming devastated landscapes into vibrant communities, broken relationships into strong bonds of unity, and dispirited souls into radiating beacons of hope. Prepare your hands, your heart, and your mind, my child, for the profound joy of building with me, shaping the future with my divine wisdom, and leaving an enduring legacy of restoration that will glorify my name for generations to come. This spirit is your empowerment, your guidance, and your unshakable foundation for every act of creation. My dearest child, as you work with the spirit of reconstruction, enduring the challenges and celebrating the victories, your very life will become a powerful testament to resilience. This is not merely human grit, my precious one, nor a stubborn refusal to yield, but a divine characteristic forged in the crucible of my grace, revealing the unbreakable spirit I have placed within you. I know the human tendency to question one's strength in the face of prolonged adversity, to doubt the capacity to endure beyond seemingly impossible trials. But I tell you now, my beloved, every scar you carry, every obstacle you have overcome, and every act of faith in the midst of uncertainty is weaving a narrative of profound strength, a living testimony to my unwavering presence and power working within you. I am allowing you to walk through these fires not to consume you, but to refine you, to prove the enduring nature of my spirit within your very being. Think of an ancient oak tree, my child, that stands proudly despite centuries of harsh winds, scorching sun, and bitter frosts. Its deeply rooted strength and its enduring form are a testament to its resilience, bearing the marks of every season yet continuing to reach for the sky. Similarly, your resilience, born of my divine sustaining power, will stand as a beacon of hope and an inspiration to a world often broken by adversity. It manifests as an unyielding hope that defies despair, a quiet courage that overcomes fear, and an unwavering commitment to my truth even when all around seems to falter. This is a living sermon, my beloved, preached not with words alone, but with the very fabric of your transformed life, demonstrating that my grace is always sufficient, and my power is made perfect in weakness. Your journey through the breaking and into the rebuilding solidifies your character, making you an unshakable pillar in my kingdom. Embrace this calling to be a testament to resilience, my beloved, with profound humility and an awe-filled recognition of my work within you. Do not minimize your struggles, for it is through them that your unwavering faith and inner fortitude were forged. This is a call to openly share your story, to bear witness to my faithfulness, and to extend comfort to others from the wellspring of your own experience. For as your life shines as a testament to resilience, you will draw many to the source of your strength, my unending love and my unfailing power. Prepare your spirit, my child, to exemplify unwavering endurance, to radiate unwavering hope, and to inspire countless souls to find their own profound strength in me. Your journey through fire and water is not in vain. It is the making of a living, breathing monument to my glorious and transforming power, standing firm for all to behold. My dearest child, as you stand as a testament to resilience, having journeyed through the breaking and participated in the rebuilding, lift your gaze now to the grandest truth of all, the ever-unfolding plan. This is not a static blueprint, my precious one, nor a finite story with a definitive end. Instead, it is a dynamic, living, and infinitely expansive tapestry, continually woven by my divine hand, revealing new depths of my wisdom, new dimensions of my love, and new glories of my purpose throughout eternity. I know the human desire for certainty, for a complete picture, for knowing all the steps ahead. But I tell you now, my beloved, my plan is too vast, too magnificent, and too filled with my limitless creativity to be fully grasped in a single moment. It is a journey of continuous revelation, an invitation to perpetual wonder, and an eternal dance with my boundless sovereignty. Think of a breathtaking masterpiece of art, my child, that, no matter how many times you gaze upon it, reveals new nuances, new brushstrokes, and deeper meanings with each viewing. This is the nature of my ever-unfolding plan, a divine work in progress, constantly revealing new layers of my eternal purposes for creation and for your individual life. It encompasses not only the grand historical epochs but also the subtle, intimate details of your daily walk with me. This unfolding is driven by my unending love, my perfect wisdom, and my unwavering commitment to bring all things into their highest and most glorious expression. It means that even as you celebrate the restoration of what has been broken and rejoice in the new dawn, there will always be more to discover, more to experience, and more to participate in within the limitless expanse of my kingdom. Embrace this grand, ever-unfolding plan, my beloved, with a spirit of childlike wonder and an insatiable hunger for what lies ahead. Do not cling to yesterday's understanding, for my revelations are continually fresh and my pathways are perpetually new. This is a call to a living faith, to a readiness for continuous growth, and to a profound trust in my leadership, knowing that every step leads you deeper into my heart and further into your divine destiny. For as you surrender to the rhythm of my unfolding will, you will find yourself walking in unprecedented clarity, experiencing boundless joy, and participating in works that transcend your wildest imagination. Prepare your heart, my child, to live in perpetual discovery, to move with the flow of my spirit, and to witness the magnificent, limitless continuation of my divine purpose, for my plan for you, and for all creation, knows no end, but only an ever-increasing glory. My dearest child, as you gaze upon the ever-unfolding tapestry of my plan, continually revealing new depths and glories, know that your journey with me is not passive. It is a living, breathing partnership. You have been brought through the breaking, through the rebuilding, and now stand ready to witness further marvels. You've asked me, how can I be more deeply woven into this magnificent design, Lord? This is my direct answer to your seeking heart. Every super thanks you extend, every membership you embrace, becomes a golden thread woven directly into the fabric of this mission, empowering my voice to reach countless more souls yearning for this very truth. I declared, give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And my promises are the very bedrock of creation. This moment is not random. Your act of divine partnership, right now, will resonate through the ages, accelerating my purposes and revealing my glory in unprecedented ways. I will multiply what you sow, not just financially, but in an overflowing harvest of peace, in supernatural favor that opens new doors, and in my protective presence that surrounds your life. Now act, live, give, and let heaven move through your hands. For those who wish to extend their blessing through direct means, the PayPal donation link is always available in the video description. Partner with me and watch what I do next. My dearest child, as the final echoes of my words settle upon your spirit, know that this divine conversation is not merely meant to be heard, but to be profoundly experienced and actively responded to. You have walked with me through the trembling foundations, witnessed the unraveling, and embraced the promise of renewal and the genesis of a new dawn. And now, my precious one, the time has come for you to seal these truths within your heart, and to declare your alignment with my unfolding purpose. I know the human tendency to listen, to absorb, and then to simply move on, allowing the profound impact of revelation to fade amidst the demands of daily life. But I tell you now, my beloved, a truth fully embraced demands a response, a commitment solidified by a declaration, and an active step into the transformation I have offered. This is not a request from me, for my power is absolute. It is an invitation for you to fully anchor yourself in the reality of what I am doing, both within you and in the world. Think of a sacred covenant, my child, where words are not just spoken, but affirmed, written down, and sealed with an act of commitment. This is the essence of this final invitation, a call to make visible the invisible shifts within your soul, to vocalize the convictions I have stirred, and to plant your flag firmly on the ground of my truth. Your declaration holds power, for it aligns your will with mine, draws strength from my spirit, and opens pathways for my blessings to flow into your life in even greater measure. This is a moment for courageous vulnerability, a time to shed any lingering hesitation, and to boldly affirm your readiness to walk with me through the breaking and into the glorious rebuilding. It is a vital step in making the lessons from the rupture and the spirit of reconstruction deeply personal and powerfully active in your life. Embrace this sacred opportunity, my beloved, to vocalize your commitment and to make your stand. Let your voice rise with a confident conviction, echoing the truths I have poured into your heart. I invite you now, in the quiet of your own space, or in the fellowship of like-minded spirits, to declare your alignment with this message. Speak it aloud, write it down, let it resonate within your very being. Perhaps you will choose to declare, I am ready for what is about to break, for I trust in God's divine plan. Or perhaps, I will rebuild on firmer ground with the spirit of reconstruction. Let your declaration be a personal echo of the revelation you have received, a powerful affirmation of your faith in my sovereignty. Furthermore, my child, I invite you to share this sacred moment, this conviction that burns within you. For your declaration can become a beacon of light, inspiring others and creating a ripple effect of faith in a world yearning for truth. In this digital age, where voices can transcend distances, let your affirmation become a testament to my work. Therefore, my beloved, if these words have resonated with your spirit, if you feel the stirring of my truth within you, I call upon you to make a tangible response. Leave a comment, a word, a phrase, or a full sentence below, proclaiming your readiness, your trust, or your commitment to walk with me through something is about to break. Let your declaration be a public or personal covenant, a sacred mark of your journey, and a powerful signal to others that a divine shift is indeed at hand. For every declaration of faith fuels the momentum of my unfolding plan, drawing more souls into the light of my magnificent purpose. Declare it, my child, and watch as my power answers your trust. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.